to the intersection of 8th and Dickinson and enjoy $off drafts on Tuesday, half-price flights on Wednesday, half-price wine bottles on Thursday, and $1 oysters Tuesday through Friday from 5:30 to 7. For more details, check out their website at daphousenc.com.
Hey Pirate fans, Derek Pizzeni from Carolina Wealth Management. Are you a fiduciary? That's a question every investor should ask their advisor. A fiduciary is an individual who acts in the best interest of a particular person or beneficiary. Is your advisor a fiduciary? You should know it's your money. At Carolina Wealth Management, we do things differently from other investment firms. To learn more about the benefits of working with a fiduciary advisor, visit mycarolinawealth.com. That's mycarolinawealth.com.
Hey guys, this is Kyra from Postcode Junction in Washington, where all your shipping needs come together. Did you know Postcode Junction is the only UPS, FedEx, and DHL shipping location in Washington? Postcode Junction is also the place for your Amazon returns. Need to ship a package the same day? Want to avoid the long lines at the post office? Come see us at Postcode Junction by 4:30 and we got you covered. Postcode Junction on 15th Street in Washington next to Tractor Supply. Go Pirates!
The Rick House is Eastern North Carolina's premier American-style restaurant and bourbon bar with daily specials. And here's the lineup. Mondays feature $7 margaritas and half-price appetizers. Tuesday is stuffed seafood night. Wednesday is date night. Thursday is roasted smoked lamb chop night. Fridays is prime rib night. And Saturday is Italian night and is also Fred and Wilma night with our 36-ounce bone-in tomahawk steak just like the Flintstones. And on Sunday, it's our legendary brunch from 10 to 2. The Rick House, American Provisions and Spirits, 710 Red Banks Road beside the bowling alley in Greenville.
If you missed Pirate Radio Live, you missed
Ben Terwilliger, not afraid of Aqib Talib wearing a chain that big.
Full count.
Because that's a big old chain. I've never been a chain guy. Chandler, you like a guy that wore a chain like in high school?
Mm-mm.
No?
No.
Wow. Ah! There it is! Ah!
There's that emotion you were looking for.
There we go, baby!
Ben Terwilliger gets the K and is screaming like a madman as he walks off the mound. That is what we wanted right there.
Pirate Radio Live, weekdays from 3 to 6, right here on Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation. This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington.
Can you be quiet, please? Thank you.
Welcome to Pirate Radio Live.
Hi.
Tabua.
Aoob. What about Aoob?
Cool, neat story.
Was that supposed to be funny? There's local politics, bud.
I got a little taco meat on my chest.
Let's get the pumping.
I know Clip said he packed us in, so I'm just glad that I can prove Clip wrong.
Got him! Strike 3, it's all over. The Pirates are dancing and they'll have a home regional in Greenville, North Carolina.
A lot of people just see what we do on the field. They don't see the hours at 5 in the morning and the hours when it's 100 degrees out in Greenville. They don't see all that, so just seeing it finally pay off is just really awesome.
Our guys are tough as nails. They've continued to show up when nobody else believed in them. I'm just so daggone proud of them.
It's gonna be fun. We in the thick. I mean, everybody gonna be loud. I'm gonna be loud with them. I'm screaming too. Like, yeah, let's go, let's do this. You ready for this? I am.
Now live from the Pirate Radio studios in the heart of the Pirate Nation, here is your host, Clip Brock.
Welcome in to a Tuesday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Clip Brock here with you inside the Pirate Radio studios. You can check us out today on Pirate Radio 92.7 FM in Greenville, 104.1 in Washington. Also 1250, 930 online, pr927fm.com. And you can be a part of today's show by chiming in on Facebook Live or YouTube. You can find us there and give us your question, comment, concern, birthday, anniversary, otherwise, right there on Facebook and YouTube. And, of course, smash that like as we broke out last Friday during the watch-along. All right, Shirley Rhodes, Chandler Honeycutt, C.J. Schaefer, Jonathan Ellerbe to my left. And coming up on today's program, a lot of East Carolina talk. We'll have some baseball talk as well. Mark Brown, CamdenChat.com will join us. O's and Blue Jays. I have not paid attention to Major League Baseball a lot these last 2-3 weeks with everything ECU baseball going on. All I know is the Braves have won 12 in a row, and that's about it. So we'll catch everybody up on what's going on in the MLB in hour number 2. Also, Billy Weaver will join us on the program, get his thoughts on the Super Regional. And our question of the day, was brought to our attention on Twitter by Wiley. There was a thread about who is your school or team's most hated rival. Rank who you hate. We're going to talk about good old-fashioned sports hate on today's program. So that'll be a topic throughout today's show. Who do you hate in the world of sports? We'll dive into that momentarily. Bryce Williams joins us in the 5 o'clock hour. And I put Bryce to work. I believe we are going to talk to a fisherwoman who caught a marlin yesterday, Ellerbe, 556 pounds at the Big Rock Blue Marlin Tournament. But Bryce is the guest booker for the 3 o'clock hour. So I think we're going to go out live to Morehead City coming up and talk Big Rock in hour 3 with Bryce Williams and a special guest.
Is he in Morehead City, or is
he's going to be in that chair?
He's going to be sitting right here in the Marlin chair.
You are warming him up.
Yes.
In the captain's chair, the whatever you want to call it.
The angler chair.
What is I don't know the terms. You do. Yeah. You are a experienced deep sea fisherman at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. My book will be out by Christmas. Fishing is easy. So hopefully you'll pick up a copy. I'll be happy to come on here and talk about it. But that's awesome. I guess he has a relationship with the lady that caught the 550-pound marlin.
We'll find out more.
Oh, wow.
When he joins us. I don't know. He said that he might have a guest lined up for us. So I said, Bryce, you do your thing, and we'll talk about it coming up in hour 3 of today's show. All right, Ellerbe, your first time here on Pirate Radio Live since the Greenville Super Regional came to an end. We recapped it for 3 hours yesterday. Would you like to add to that? How was your experience?
My experience, man, what a weekend. And some great ups, some down moments, and some exciting plays. And just Friday was incredible. Electric, everybody. That atmosphere leaving the game, it was hot. Saturday was hot. The potential, just like everybody knows, up 7-2, 7 outs from Omaha in the 7th inning. Just amazing. When Starling hit that home run down, what the count was, 1-2 or whatever, I was right there embedded in left field. It flew to my right. That was an exciting moment. Losing on Saturday, you really felt like everybody has said, the wind was taken out. The delays on Sunday, the ridiculousness of what happened Sunday, of how the game got to 4 o'clock and that the NCAA and ESPN let that happen, basically gave a big screw you to fans, coaches, and players. And I was there when they were coming back on the field at 10:15, ready to play. And I'll tell you, that bottom of the, that first, finishing up the first inning, the atmosphere was as rowdy of a group of people in the jungle that I've seen in a long time. I was in the left field, and I will tell you this, that left fielder for Texas, I think everybody was fair and having a lot of fun, but it was loud, rowdy. People were talking about how his mom was disappointed that he was the left fielder at Texas, where he could have been a shortstop somewhere else. There was just, they were saying a lot. He didn't turn around and engage or whatever, but he got a full 3 outs of heckling from the jungle, and then of course, obviously the next inning, Texas just kind of was able to silence the crowd. But overall, it was an amazing experience. I hate the way it ended. I wish. I can only imagine what it'd be like talking about planning to go to Omaha and fans trying to get there. Are you going? Aren't you? Because that was what everybody was talking about
Saturday during the game,
before the game, and during the game.
Right.
I was getting texts. When JJC hit that home run.
I know.
Wow, we're going. This is amazing. And then even Sunday, getting out there early for the tailgate, people were like, so what have you looked up? You can fly here, you can do this, hotel rooms, this and that. So the excitement around East Carolina baseball, and hats off to Cliff Godwin and this baseball team. What they accomplished this year and the amazing season they had was just tremendous. And it's a tip of the cap to Cliff of the program he's built. His vision is a reality, and I know they're going to grow and learn from it, and hopefully only get better next year, and finally kick down that door. And what an amazing experience and day that'll be when they, honestly, I had visions of what Cliff was going to be talking about when they won. I mean, I it's like
he probably wouldn't have been able to talk for a while.
Yeah, I mean, I had a visual of just a emotional Cliff Godwin talking about Keith LeClaire, talking about 23, talking about the moment, and it didn't happen. I feel confident it's going to happen, and maybe in 2023, and everybody always wants to tie the number 23 to the success or whatever to the East Carolina baseball program, but hopefully next year is the year, and they obviously it would help if they got off to a better start than 14 and 13, but it shows that, hey, look, through hard work and perseverance, you can accomplish almost anything.
And man, the taste of that regional, which we've had before, that tasted good, but that super regional tasted even better, and now we're hungry for that. We've always said, right, Ellerbe, that if ECU's going to Omaha, the road's going to have to go through Greenville, North Carolina. Had that opportunity this year, couldn't take advantage of it against a very, very good Texas team. But now, that's Cliff Godwin gets on the fans. The problem is he keeps raising the expectations and raising the standard for ECU baseball. So we expect those things, and it is completely absurd to expect to host a super regional every year. But that's kind of where we are right now. That's what we expect to do now. So the Pirates are gonna have to come out and do it again next year and see what happens. They're gonna have a very good team once again, and I'm already looking forward to it, man. This past weekend was amazing. The past 2 weekends have been amazing.
Yeah, it was incredible, and I know that there were fans for the first time at Clark LeClaire Stadium this season.
Yeah,
that came the last 2 weekends.
Track coach Udon Cheek, rapper, singer,
right,
tweeted last night. He was like, "I'll be the first to admit I've never been a baseball guy. Really, I've never watched a game from start to finish." And he said that changed this weekend. And he said part of it was Cliff Godwin. Anybody that works as hard as he does deserves, the attention and respect of the fans. And he said he's a fan now. And there was a lot of people probably in that boat.
Yeah, and there's no reason when the schedule's released later this year and they start in February, I know the baseball weather can be tough, but lock in. I know the Pirates sold out of season tickets last year, and you talk about the standard. Well, the standard's going to be one more next year of sell more season tickets, get more people out into the jungle, get people out to those regular season games that weren't, the announced attendance and the actual attendance may not match up as much during the regular season because of the number of tickets sold, but maybe people will make that little extra effort. And the home field advantage at Clark LeClaire is legit. And I think it's proof, and Clip, at Clark LeClaire, from Minges to Dowdy-Ficklin, those can be some of the most electric places to watch college athletics that I've been to. And I've been around to a lot of other stadiums and a lot of other places, and I'm not saying it's the best, I'm not saying what, but it is absolutely an advantage when the purple and gold are rocking at all three of those different venues. And hopefully, the play on the field, which baseball has lived up to it consistently, will continue to get that fan support, and people will latch on even more.
Jonathan Ellerbe, Clip Rock here in the Pirate Radio studios as we wrap up the athletic year for East Carolina. Ellerbe, it's now a lull until football season, which kind of begins. It begins in August when the players report, but we're going to be talking about it here throughout June and July right here on Pirate Radio. So now you hope this can carry over, and just because the baseball team's good doesn't mean the football team is going to be good, but it does mean that people are excited about ECU athletics. Maybe it'll lead to more people buying season tickets, going to football games this fall.
Yeah, I've said it on this program before, and I talked to a bunch of people out in the jungle this past weekend. The two things that are special about East Carolina athletics, in my opinion, and the two things that East Carolina athletics always needs to have in their corner is it needs to be fun, and the Pirates need to be relevant. You need to be able to go out and have fun, see friends and family, and meet new people in the Pirate Nation, and talk about your shared experiences of going to East Carolina or living in Eastern North Carolina, and having a fun tailgate before the game, during the game, after the game, and then being relevant, because when they scan your ticket, whether it's 1% or 100%, you've got to think that East Carolina has a chance to win that day. And I think that was the case very much the last couple of weekends. And I think, we've seen some times in this program, in all three of the programs, where it's not fun fun and we're not relevant in those sports, and it definitely takes a toll on you. But and there's and just like we didn't win the last 2 games against Texas, but it was fun. And look, even when East Carolina was down 4-0 in that first inning, and then there was a delay, I still had a tremendous amount of hope, and everybody I was talking to was like, all right, we got to chop and get a run here. We got to, hey, look, can we get 2 runs here? We obviously, let's not give up any more runs, so that was the part that was fun, and it was relevant that East Carolina was able to, even on the Friday game they won. Texas cut it to 1, and then we were able to tack on the more runs to put it away and win 13-8. So it was a fun weekend, and hopefully, folks, I know a ton of folks. Hats off to you. You guys did a great job Friday, having like a 10th inning call-in show, having a watch party.
A lot of people calling in.
Yeah, so I mean, the interest was there. The fringe of everybody coming into the Pirate Nation, and now we're just 81 days away until Pirate football. And guess who we open up with? The Wolfpack, which is right up the road in Raleigh. So plenty of reason for you to get excited and come back and enjoy a party the whole month of September, Clip, as there's going to be a Saturday football game every day in the month of September. And we'll kick it all off with the Pirate Radio Football Kickoff Party on that Thursday, September 1st. So it is going to literally be a September to remember, and be a part of it by getting your season tickets and coming to Greenville, or if you're in Greenville, go ahead and jump on board and get other people to come fill up your house.
Yeah, I'm excited to turn that page to football. I did see today Stephen Igo had a VIP chat on Hoist the Colors, and he was asked about next year's baseball schedule, and he said all he knows is Cal State Fullerton is coming to the Keith LeClaire Classic, so that'll be pretty cool. You know what that means, Chandler? The Titans will be here. The Titans.
Isn't that the pitching coach?
The Titans.
Isn't that where he went?
Jason Dietrich?
Yes.
Titans. Maybe that's why they're coming.
Home run, Titans.
Thank you, Mike Keith.
Who's the first opponent in football, though?
State. Touchdown, State.
Chandler, earlier today, Ellerbe, we were busy doing work, of course, as we always do.
Work. I know that's what all you guys do. I thought I saw the brooms in the hallway.
Today, part of Chandler's job was reading the lyrics to Freak League by Petey Pablo.
Oh, really?
Of course, Eastern North Carolina legend. As John Gruden, Gary Hahn, and Mike Houston, actually. Yeah. Wow. And that was part of his job today. I mean, he got the job done. You'll be glad to know.
Well, I'm proud of you, Chandler. It's
now what we're going to do.
Well, we like to have some fun.
One day we're going to bring that on the air as content, and people are going to like and retweet and tell all their friends, and then
smash the like button.
They're going to smash the like button,
smash the sub.
Yes, and then you'll be able to see why we put in this work behind the scenes.
Who is Chandler's best impersonation? Who does he? What is his absolute go-to that you think Clip Brock is his best?
His Gruden is good, but I mean Frank Caliendo does Gruden, and everybody does Gruden.
So give me his best and worst. So you're saying Gruden and
no? I think Gary Hunt.
Touchdown State.
I think that's his best.
Looking out Tony on the sideline, Tony.
Plus, he's the only guy that does it, so it's him. That's his thing.
I'm the only person in the world that does it.
His worst. I don't know.
There is one that I've tried before, and it's not good. I just can't remember. The last time I did try to do Rick Smith, it wasn't good, but I haven't done Rick Smith in a while.
I love it, but his most annoying is our friend Mark Lindsay, formerly of Rivals.
A little bit for sure in terms of a little bit. And they coach a little bit for sure. Tell us. Now, I'm not at 24/7 Sports anymore. I was never actually there. I was there actually at Rivals.com a little bit for sure.
Wow. And that one gets a little annoying. Yes. But it is comical. All right, speaking of...
do we need to call 911 for Shirley? Is anybody like, what's going on in there with Shirley? Like, are you all right? Like, we need a wellness check on her? She seems to be... Okay.
I've been here, and you've been here long. You started the damn thing, Ellerbe. Yeah. I've been here a long time. Just... don't mess with Shirley.
Okay.
Like,
did I poke the bear?
I mean, I'm not messing with her. If she's over there doing whatever, that's what she's doing.
I'm listening.
That has nothing to do with me. I'm minding my business.
All right.
As long as she takes me to break when I ask for it.
I want her to get like in kill mode over there and like,
Shirley's in a good mood because she was given gifts earlier today.
What?
Why, yes.
P1 listener Steve Hill dropped by. He said he gets these, I guess, I don't know if it's like a monthly deal or whatever.
Yeah, it's kind of like a
box.
Like Chewy.com has mystery box, yes.
type thing. But he gets like autographs. There's like one guaranteed autograph or something in every box. And this month, he got Abby Wambach, and he said he had no interest in it. But he told me last week at Sports Trivia he knew somebody that did. And he said, would Shirley be interested in this? I said, heck yeah, she would. So he came by and dropped off an Abby Wambach autograph card for Shirley Rhodes today.
Well, dang.
That's the kind of listeners, that's the kind of people we have in Eastern North Carolina, folks. Givers.
Congratulations, Shirley.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited because I do not have one of these. So I get to add that to my collection.
Oh, I was about to ask you how much you got it on the internet for right now. Trying to make
No. I actually have a autographed Abby Wambach practice jersey.
Practice.
Talking about practice?
Yep, talking about practice. And I could probably fetch a little bit for it, but it's priceless to me. So
it's
I'm not
practice,
gonna put
though. Do you have a cherished autograph, Ellerbe, in your home?
A cherished.
Does Hunter have an autograph? Do kids have autographs these days?
I don't know if people do autographs. I'm trying to think who he got
at a O's game.
No, not really autographs. Really, you get pictures.
I know one of Troy's kids, like J.J. Hardy. I don't know if he got an autograph, but I remember Troy talking about that.
You know, one of my favorite autograph stories is my dad took me to an Atlanta Braves game back in the 80s.
You got Skip Carey's autograph?
No, and we had bought a program. And which was basically the internet back then.
Oh yeah.
And I was, and we were all standing up around the dugout where the Braves were coming in and out. And the Braves had just traded, the Braves. You remember Brett Butler?
Yeah, center fielder.
Yeah, he was there signing some autographs, and I thought he was an awesome player at the time. And my dad took the program and just threw it at him, and it like landed at his feet, and he picked it up, signed it, and threw it back.
Wow!
But it was like one of the last ones he signed.
Yeah,
and that was kind of like one of those moments. It was like a real proud kid, like dad, like like my dad just like he made this happen. You know? And then I remember the reason I remember because I remember when the Braves traded Brett Butler for Lynn Barker. And it broke my heart. It was like one of the worst trades of all time because Lynn Barker was like one of the worst pitchers, and but it was. But I'll always that's kind of like one of the cool autographs that I'll kind of always remember because that was one of my kid memories.
That is a cool, neat story, Ellerbe.
Until I got my first Abby Wambach autographed piece of memorabilia, probably my most favorite one and my most cherished one was an autograph of Lynn Swann, the former wide receiver for the Pittsburgh Steelers, because my
MJ MJ Golf Classic.
Yes, I got it at the MJ Golf Classic, and see, I grew up. My mom is a huge Steelers fan, so no, I did not touch him. I don't do the Troy.
Shirley's not the toucher.
I don't. No, I'm not the toucher. I'm the touchy.
Did Lynn Swann touch you?
No, no.
Where? Show us where Lynn Swann touched you. Probably shouldn't joke about that in 2022.
My hand. I shook his hand.
Oh, good.
Because I was a T announcer. He came over and I announced him, and right before, or while he was waiting to be announced, because he had someone in front of him, I asked him if he would sign my book, and he signed my book, the little program book that came with it.
That's cool. He was probably doing TV then, right? Was he Monday Night Football?
I don't know if he was at that time.
I think he was sideline.
Yeah, but and that was a big deal because my mom is a huge Pittsburgh Steelers fan. So
a legendary catch in the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. My story, Shirley, not as good as those. I got Steve from 90210 and Curly Neal. I got their autographs.
Steve.
At the Michael Jordan Golf Classic.
Ian Ziering?
Ian Ziering.
Yeah, okay.
Yep. So those are my.
I tried to get.
I can't believe you led with. I mean, I would lead with Curly instead of Steve. And maybe not even bring Steve in.
I tried to get Damon Williams that same year. I tried to get Damon Williams, but he actually turned me down because he was too hung over.
Who was that?
Damon
Wayans.
I'm sorry, not Williams. Damon Wayans. He was too hung over because he had gone out the night before in.
Hey, it happens here.
Downtown Greenville. Yeah. And so he was a tad bit hungover, and he turned me down.
What's the percentage of people that think that would know who that are like 15 years younger than you that would know who the Steve from 90210 and Curly?
More than Brett Butler.
Yeah, well, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm surprised any of y'all knew who Brett Butler was.
I remember Brett Butler playing against the Braves in the early 90s for the Dodgers, I want to say.
He also played for the Indians. I think that's when he got traded. They traded Lynn Barker for him to the Indians, and it was just...
I would hope people know Curly Neal, but they probably don't. But nobody... Well, people know Ian Ziering because Mike Schwartz... I brought it up with Mike Schwartz because he went to Beverly Hills High School, and I told him the Ian Ziering story, the famous story that everyone knows. And he said, the guy from Sharknado. Right. So, like, maybe there's a group of people that know him from that, dumb movie.
That you know him from 90210, but really...
He's more known.
Have you seen Sharknado?
I
never watched those either.
I never got into it.
Congratulations. Do you still have those autographs?
No. Maybe at my folks' house somewhere in the attic.
Is there a piece of memorabilia that you lost that you wish you still had? There's a good question.
That is a great question. I'll have to think on that one. I know the answer for Troy is no, because he has everything.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. He still has his napkins from lunch.
They have value, Ellerbe.
Hey, I mean, you just never know, like, if you spill something later today or whatever.
No, that's a good question. I couldn't wear the hats now, but I would love to go back to when I was in like 7th, 8th grade or high school to see my hat collection, because I had a bunch of minor league hats and cool hats that I wished I still had. But I couldn't do anything with them, so it really didn't matter.
Whatever happened to them? They
probably just got tossed.
Your parents chunked them? They're like...
And I'd wear them out pretty much to where, they were getting holes in them and stuff. So
You've always been a hat guy. Always loved...
I'm a hat guy. Ashley says, Ellerbe, the best Brave in the 80s was Dale Murphy.
Oh, absolutely.
Love watching the Braves back then.
I had... 2 or 3 Dale Murphy posters. He was my hero growing up. I mean, he was really why I was a Braves fan. And then
still a cool dude. He's on pretty active on Twitter.
Yeah, he has gotten really active, and he's gotten kind of active being at Braves games. I was watching a Braves game not too long ago, and he was at the game with his 18 family members that were in a box somewhere. It was like Dale Murphy bobblehead day. But
he's got a restaurant too, right? I hadn't been to the new stadium.
I've been out there.
A restaurant.
He probably does. I mean, he's an icon, and I can't believe he's not in the Hall of Fame. What he did back then during that era was impressive.
With a very bad,
terrible team.
It was a terrible team, and he still managed to, be successful. And it is disappointing that he's not in the Hall of Fame.
My mom, I feel like I bring this up when we talk about autographs, but we would go to Redskins games back in the day, and my dad and I would stand kind of up where you go in the stadium. My mom would be down below where the players come in from the parking lot, and she would be like, who is he? Who is he? Like right in the guy's face. And then we'd flash the numbers down to her.
Yeah.
So she'd turn to the page of the program and get the autograph.
Right.
It was like a 3-man operation to get Redskins autographs back then.
That's great. That's kind of like in the holiday tournament they used to have at Broughton High School. And it's called the John Wall tournament now, but it started they used to have it all at Broughton High School where I went to high school in Raleigh. And I think Corciani and Monroe came over
Fire and Ice
one year, and my mom was on the PTA helping running the concession stands to help out, as a fundraiser for the school or whatever. And they were trying to cut in the line to get to the VIP area, to stand up behind the goal. And my mom was like, you can't, just completely gave them, and they turned around and walked away, and they went around the other side or whatever. And I was like, and I looked and I was like, Mom, that was Fire and Ice. And she was like, I don't care who they are. No one else is supposed to be back up there.
I don't give a damn. That's awesome. So they actually listened to her? That's nice to hear.
Yeah. I mean, I guess there was some respect back in the day too of authority, but she didn't care. She just knew that no one was supposed to be there because this was messing up her concession stand.
I can see that happening after sitting next to your mom in the baseball game on Saturday. I can actually see her going, I don't care who you are. You cannot.
Hey, Randy, Cucciani, get out of here.
Yeah.
Get
out of here.
They might as well have been a Broughton student. She did not care.
Good stuff. All right, let's enough laughs. Let's talk about hate, Ellerbe.
Ooh,
because you have a lot of hate in your heart.
I do.
You're not a very hateful person.
Nah.
But sports hate is different from hate. Hate is bad. Sports hate is fine. It's good.
He hate me?
Yes. It's good to hate when it comes to sports. It's not because it makes it more fun. It makes it interesting. You have the back and forth, all that.
Sometimes when it turns where you actually hate your other sports teams more than you really love your team, it can become kind of sickful.
How about when you hate your own team, like I do, more than I hate the Cowboys? That's bad, right?
Right.
So somebody on Twitter tagged Chandler and I today.
Wiley Jackson.
Wiley, and it was a college football question, which you don't really like pro teams anyway, so you probably don't hate any pro teams. But for college, for ECU, it asked rank your rivals as far as how much you hate, who you hate the most.
Right.
So who would be number one on your
I
list?
think NC State.
I agree, although I have more, and this is probably most people, I have more state friends than any other college. Would you say that's the case for you?
Yeah, I would say that's fair.
And I can relate more to them than I can people that went to North Carolina or Duke.
Texas.
I think I have 0 friends that went to Duke. They were out of my league. Texas, yes. But yeah, State would probably be number one on the list.
I think because an East Carolina win over NC State, it really riles them up too. I think like Carolina and Texas, they're kind of like, it wouldn't have affected Texas one way or the other. I mean, for the most part, if they would have walked out of here losers and we were going to Omaha. I mean, as much as if we beat NC State 2 out of 3 games in the Super Regional here, I mean, there'd be a lot of crushed souls.
Texas, it would have been like a little pebble in the ocean. Okay, they got us.
They'd have gotten back on their big jet, flown back, and gotten ready for football season, or whatever. Lined up billions of dollars to go buy some more players to get to the College World Series next year. So, NC State's got to be number one just for the history and for me too, because I grew up in Raleigh. So, and I've always been an East Carolina fan because my parents went to East Carolina. So, I mean, I was kind of like the very small minority of people that really liked East Carolina in the 80s. I mean, that was a small group of people. East Carolina was not as, what this massive fan base bigger fan base we have now, that spreads across, a lot more graduates and a lot more people interested in the program. So, absolutely, NC State would be number one of schools that I dislike. And I get a good chuckle out of their demise of the College World Series last year, and then being left out of the tournament. I mean, look, my aunt went to NC State, and so I mean, we have fun, joking about it. But but I agree with you. I mean, it's the people the most, so you can actually interact.
That makes it even more fun.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and look, people were texting me over the weekend about East Carolina, and my NC State friends, they were pulling for East Carolina. So, but they're actually my NC State friends are more willing to pull for East Carolina than I ever am to willing to pull for NC State.
All right. Yeah, I get that. Professional wise, do you care enough to hate anybody?
I'm trying to think.
I mean, for me, obviously the Cowboys. That would be my number one hate across the board.
I don't really hate the Cowboys. I'm trying to think of an NFL team.
I hate the Eagles. I hate the Phillies. I hate Philadelphia.
You don't eat any cheesesteaks, do you?
I love cheesesteaks.
But just not Philadelphia cheesesteaks.
No, I like the ones here in Greenville.
Right, the Greenville cheesesteaks. I'm trying to think baseball-wise.
I mean, the Yankees are the obvious answer if you hate anybody.
No, I mean, I've been to the Yankee Stadium enough time that I respect the history and tradition of the Yankees, and it's if I had to pick, it might be the Mets. Because I was a Braves fan for a long time, and just the Mets just kind of, out of the Yankees or Mets, if you had to pick one?
I hate the Yankees more, and it's probably not a good time to say this, but like the Mets have not been a threat at all. But this year, obviously, they are.
In the 80s, they were kind of good.
Right, and I missed out on that.
Right.
So, they've been kind of almost lovable losers like the Cubs. So, but no, if they get good again, I'll hate them. That's for sure.
What are some other sports that would? So we covered football, baseball, basketball. How can you hate anybody in the NBA? I just don't.
The Lakers franchise, I've always rooted against.
You like the Celtics? They're kind of one of those other, like, you either kind of
if it was them, if like that Kevin Garnett, Ray Allen, Paul Pierce series, I pull for the Celtics over the Lakers.
I went to the Rays Red Sox playoff game last year in Tampa before the ECU UCF game, and I mean, you go to certain stadiums and there's and the Red Sox fans are obnoxious at top notch.
They went from this is awesome, Manny and Ortiz, and they finally won. This is great. Boston, they got these great fans too, like almost Yankee level.
Oh, I think they passed the Yankees.
Yeah, maybe so. They became very hateable.
Because
especially since the Bruins, Patriots, Celtics all won too. It was too much.
Very arrogant. I think they're a successful Philadelphia, is what it comes down to.
Philadelphia with wins, with championships.
Yes, so maybe that's the case.
All right, we'll ask you guys. So start thinking about it. Who do you hate? All right, Ellerbe. Anything else before we let you go?
No, I'm trying to think if there are any other college football teams that I hate. I don't really. I respect Nick Saban in Alabama.
Right. What blue blood, if any?
Is there a blue blood? I mean, I don't like Carolina basketball. I always hope that they take a dive whenever. But
I'm gonna see how I feel in a few months when football starts, and if this Texas hate rolls over. It might go away next week. I don't know. But as of right now, if Texas was playing right now, I'd probably pull for the other team.
In general, I don't like Big Ten football. So take that.
Does that help? Why?
Huh?
Why?
I just
think it's boring.
I just think it's. I just think there's kind of an entitlement, and maybe I tend to love more.
That's fine.
Maybe if between the Big Ten and SEC, I'm going SEC just because I guess of where I live geographically, and I'm.
Oh God, I would watch an SEC game 10 times out of 10 over Iowa and Penn State.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm all about Ole Miss, Vanderbilt versus Illinois versus Purdue.
Yeah, I roll with that. Troy D is here.
Boring. I had to sit through Northwestern Rutgers. It was painful.
You went to Northwestern Rutgers, though.
The homecoming game was awful.
The point totals have gone way up in the Big Ten. It's not as boring, but you went to the most boring matchup possible.
He went to two schools that nobody recognizes as the Big Ten schools.
Northwestern Rutgers.
Is like, well, is that Ivy League? What is that? You know, like no one's recognizing Rutgers, and it's like when you watch Maryland, you still think they're in the ACC.
Kind of like I shouldn't have said I got Ian Ziering's autograph. Choice and just say I went to a Big Ten game. You're like, oh, that's cool. That's fun.
Yeah.
Don't say the teams.
Yeah.
Don't say who you saw.
Absolutely.
All right.
Good advice.
If you think of anybody you hate, Ellerbe, let me know.
Yeah, we'll go Big Ten right now.
All right.
NC State.
Ellerbe is a Big Ten hater. We will take a timeout, come back. More to go. Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. We are back with you. Hey, who do you hate? Let us know. We're back after this.
Welcome to U.S. Cellular. Yeah, hi. I want a new phone for free, but not just any phone. I want the newest, fastest, most storage holding 5G unlimited data using phone in here for free.
Sure, your choice.
Really?
Yep.
At U.S. Cellular, we put you first. So choose any phone from any brand free. Plus, get unlimited data for just $30 a month. U.S. Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
This is Brandon Tate, owner and operator of Atlantic Wireless, an authorized agent for U.S. Cellular since 1997. Visit AtlanticWireless.com to find the store near you. We go beyond the call.
Hey, Be More. The Orioles 2022 Birdland Summer Music Series presented by Miller Lite kicks off Friday, June 17th with Flo Rida. After the O's take on the Tampa Bay Rays, stay for the post-game concert and watch Flo Rida perform live from the infield. The concert is free to all fans who attend the game, with the option to add special on-field access. With hit singles like My House and his latest single, Wait, what better way to watch Flo Rida perform live at Camden Yards on June 17th? Buy tickets now at Orioles.com/music.
Hey Pirate fans, this is Cliff Godwin. Summer is upon us, and I want to invite you to attend our CG23 Youth Camp here at East Carolina University. We will offer 3 sessions of camp. All camps will be held at Clark LeClaire Stadium, and campers will get baseball instruction from the ECU baseball staff and players. Campers will play games each day, and each camp ends with our famous Pirate Slip and Slide. Full day and half day sessions offered. For more information, visit cliffgodwinbaseballcamp.com. See you there, and go Pirates!
For dine-in or to-go, Familia is your favorite place for great Italian food and more. Familia has just launched a new menu featuring new pizzas like the Sweet and Spicy and the Southwest Chicken. Every Sunday, you can feed the whole family with a buy one, get the second pizza half-price special all day. If you need to unwind after work during the week, stop by Wednesday for half-price wine, and Thursdays, all drafts are only $2. Familia on Fire Tower Road near Pitt Community College.
When I need jeans, I order online because I know exactly what I want. They have just one moving part, and if there's something wrong, I exchange them. Buying a vehicle, especially pre-owned, is way different. Lots of moving parts. You don't want to get stuck. For a worry-free purchase, visit Phelps Chevrolet. We've been here in town a very long time. You know us. You know we stand behind everything we sell. Phelps Chevrolet in Greenville. come get you one.
Mow like a pro with Hustler Turf zero-turn mowers. They engineer their mowers to be maintenance and service friendly for the everyday homeowner while not sacrificing the build and cut quality they're known for. From the heavy-duty frame to the welded steel deck to their trademark smooth track steering, Hustler Turf zero-turn mowers deliver professional grade cut quality for a perfectly manicured lawn. Come into Ron Ayers Motorsports to see the Hustler difference for yourself today. Ron Ayers Motorsports, Highway 11, north of the airport in Greenville.
The 80s and 90s were filled with obnoxiously loud styles. Dudes wore crop tops and super high shorts and rocked it with the confidence of 10,000 Sean Connerys and Tom Sellecks combined. And at Tailgate Classics, their mission is to bring that energy back. Locally owned and operated by ECU alum Cam Higley, Tailgate Classics has a unique line of vintage and retro tees, polos, jerseys, hats, and more. Go by the store today at 304 Evans Street in Greenville and check out their website at shoptailgateclassics.com.
University PC Care has been the Pirate Nation's go-to IT expert since 2006. They thank you for your continued support and trust during these trying times. Many services can be done remotely and free pickup and delivery is available. As a Dell business partner and Apple authorized service provider, you can count on University PC Care for all your personal and business tech support needs. To make a remote appointment or to bring in your device for service at their Greenville or New Bern locations, call 558-1280 or go online at universitypccare.com.
This is Amanda Houston, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation. Go Pirates!
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by University PC Care, your local tech support experts for all your personal and business needs. Visit universitypccare.com to learn more today. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Are you in outside sales and looking for an opportunity to increase your earning potential? CopyPro has been in over 45 years and continues to grow each year, and they are in need of more sales professionals with a desire to potentially make a six-figure income. Do you have what it takes? Visit copypro.net today to submit your resume and to learn more. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
All right, thank you, Shirley. Her name is Shirley. Her name is not Dwayne, Greg, Dickie, Barry, Butch, Chuck, Lamar, Dan, Warren, Johnny, Alan, Mark, Otel, Derek, or Jimmy. But she will eat a peach. Like the Allman Brothers band once said on an album.
Oh, wow. I was like, where are you going with this?
I went a long way for that one. Chandler,
yes, you did.
Am I out of my lane? Should I get back in my lane?
Get back.
Okay.
Get back.
All right, get back.
Get
JoJo.
back right now.
That's the Beatles.
You swerving, son.
All right, we are back with you here on Pirate Radio Live. Who do you hate? We're talking about that today. Yesterday we were sad. We're going through the stages. So we were sad yesterday. Today we're mad. So we're going to talk about who we hate in the world of sports. Maybe we should get some rage out. We do have a rage room. I raged about Texas yesterday.
Yeah.
I might have more coming up Thursday.
Okay.
If I still have some of that rage, I'll get that out during our rage room segment. Turner has his hate power rankings. Number 1, North Carolina. Number 2, Dallas Cowboys. I like where he's going with this. Number 3, Michigan basketball. Turner was, were you the guy Juwan Howard punched? Could be. Thank you for that.
Slapped.
Smacked.
We'll agree on smack.
Number 4, Clemson football. All right. Chris McCarney says Michigan football.
Well, you're going to hate him next year.
That's right. You can hate me now. Jonathan says the U in football. I think I got a soft spot for the U because Washington had both Clinton Portis. They had Clinton Portis, Santana Moss, and Sean Taylor on maybe my all-time favorite Redskins team. So I developed a soft spot for the U when those guys were playing for my pro team. And Chandler, we are, of course, huge Miami basketball fans.
Yes.
In March when they help us win money. All right, Chandler, as Mr. Well, let's start with East Carolina. Turner says, no, I did not get Will Smith by Mr. Howard, so that was not him. Chandler, who do you hate the most as a Pirate?
Easily Carolina. I cannot stand the Tar Heels.
Now,
half my family is State fans, so I kind of grew up not going crazy for State, but I tolerated State growing up. But I was taught to hate Carolina, and I mean, I probably, even if I wasn't taught, I'd probably hate Carolina.
Carolina fans will watch you put 55 points on them and then 70 the next year and still say that we took you lightly because we're better than you. Like that is Carolina.
They're delusional.
They are. And we all witnessed that.
And majority of their fans did not go to Carolina.
No, a lot of bandwagoners. So you hate it all.
Yes, and when it comes to NFL, I know you haven't asked me that yet, but I'll go NFL. Saints. They're when it comes to the Panthers division, the Saints.
I always wonder if the
bounty stuff.
Oh yeah.
That's really when I started hating. The Saints.
So is it? Have the Falcons ever been number one? I always wonder with the Panthers. Is it Falcons or
Falcons
Saints?
Fan base. They're brutal. The Falcons fan base. I've been to a Panthers Falcons game, and their fans are not. I hate them. So yeah, but the Saints I don't like. And then last year I kind of learned. You're going to like this, but last year I have learned to hate the Cowboys.
Just last year?
I know.
What took you so long?
Well, I never had anything against the Cowboys, but I watched Cowboys football, not just Cowboys football throughout the regular season. I watched Cowboys playoff football with Cowboys fans, and my God, that was an experience, a terrible one at that. And
they have the most obnoxious, dumb fans.
Delusional fans.
Planet. Yeah.
I mean, I guess it took me to watch a Cowboys game. The topper was the playoff game, the wild card first round. I can't remember.
Who did they play?
San Francisco, I think.
Oh yeah.
And watched it. I'll say at tiebreakers at the breaker, and I actually also the regular season game that was really good was the formerly the Redskins. That
was not good.
The football team and the Cowboys.
Not good.
Not the Sunday night game, but the one before that where the football team almost came back and won.
Yeah.
That was kind of where I was like, man, these people are crazy. These Cowboys fans are crazy. And then the topper was that playoff game, and I was like, oh my God, I can't stand these people.
I've hated them forever. I think they're morons. Why was there a hole in old Cowboy Stadium so God could watch the Cowboys play? Hey, idiots, are you trying to say God can't see through plastic, through roofing? You think you need to cut? Are you saying Santa Claus has more power than God? Because Santa Claus sees you when you're sleeping, knows when you're awake. He doesn't do that by peeking in windows. He has X-ray vision. You think God needs to cut a hole to watch some idiots play football? No. And that's why I hate the Cowboys.
And Mike P, there is no problem with they didn't go to school there. It's just that I feel like a lot of people that I know that are Carolina fans want to act like and want to try to be acknowledged as if they went there. There's no problem with I mean, I know people that are big ECU fans that did not go to East Carolina. So that's not a problem, but I don't know. I grew up hating Carolina, and I still do to this day.
Kevin hates in the NFL the Patriots, the Cowboys, and the NFC South opponents. Hates them all. In the NHL, Pittsburgh and Washington. That's right. Coming after you, CJ. MLB, the Yankees, and lately the Marlins. Is that because they always hit Ronald Acuna? They're not a threat, but they are when they throw baseballs at our best player. Kevin hates Duke and NC State in college. So, all right, Shirley, who do you hate?
In the college ranks, I have a D1 and a D2.
All right, awesome. Our first D2 entry.
D1, obviously, I utterly detest Carolina. D2, Mount Olive.
Ooh. Mount Olive, the Trojans.
The Fighting Pickles.
What did the Pickles do to you?
Well, I'm a Barton grad. So when Barton and Mount Olive used to be rivals. I don't know if they still are now, but when I was in school, we were rivals in basketball. And my senior year, we were having a very successful season, and the road to the postseason had to go through Mount Olive. We had a point guard who was a really, really good point guard, and he had some shoulder issues on his shooting arm. And he was diving for a ball, and one of the Mount Olive players intentionally walked over and stepped on that shoulder.
Yeah.
And it's one of 2 games that season that I was nearly ejected as a manager for coming out on the court. So because you get to know those guys, and you get to be friends with them, and you're protective of them, and I was very protective of my guys. So but anyway, so I never forgave them for that, and I still won't.
That's some good old-fashioned Christian fellowship on the court with those 2
they
schools.
Can bite me for all I care.
Yeah.
Anyway, so, and come on, I mean, it's just you're a school in a pickle town. That's all you are. So, so that's the D2.
People in Mount Olive
in the NFL,
right now
I don't care.
Wow.
They can hate me all they want.
Our
to.
Mount Olive audience has dropped dramatically.
But my Barton audience knows exactly what I'm talking about. But and then in the NFL, I truly, truly, truly detest the Patriots. I'm sorry, Tony, if you're listening.
Yeah.
But, I just cannot. I can't watch it. I couldn't watch them with Brady. I still can't watch them without Brady. There's just something about that team that just rubs me the wrong way.
Me, personally, I feel like the Patriots are less hateable without Brady, and Brady is less hateable without the Patriots.
Now, I can agree with that because he is less
That's
hateable
true.
as a Buccaneer.
Is that how you feel?
That's true.
It's kind of weird, right?
It is. Well, I don't know about the Patriots part, but definitely
you agree
Brady.
with the Brady part.
I
but not
agree with the
Patriots part.
Brady part, but definitely not the Patriots part. I just can't stand. I think it's Belichick. It's just he's got this attitude about him that I mean, granted, he is a very successful coach, but there's just something about him. There's a vibe that comes off of him that if I ran into him in a dark alley, I'd just have to punch him. I just don't know what it is. I just don't like it.
Why would you do that, Shirley?
Why would I do that?
Why would you do that?
I don't know. I don't like you.
I might punch you back.
Who the hell wears a hoodie with cut-off sleeves? Stupid.
I'm going to punch you and take your Abby Wambach card.
Go for it over my dead body.
It's on the Mount Olive.
We're
on the Mount Olive.
We're on the pickles.
Yeah, onto the fighting pickles.
I like bread and butter over dill.
Now that is...
I'm joking about that.
I was going to say.
No, that is blasphemy.
That is absolute blasphemy.
No.
When I took a bite into a burger and the taste of a bread and butter...
that happened to me.
Oh, my God. It's terrible.
I ordered a burger and I asked for pickles. And I asked... Oh, it was in New Orleans.
Was Chandler there?
No.
You're acting like he was with you.
I was like... Okay.
No, because I swear I thought I told you that story. Yeah, it was in New Orleans in the hotel.
Do tell.
In the hotel.
You bit into a pickle? It sounds like a pretty self-explanatory story.
No, I was in New Orleans. We were in the hotel.
Okay.
It was late. We didn't want to go out somewhere to eat, so we just went to the restaurant that's in the hotel.
Okay.
I ordered just a simple cheeseburger, and I asked for pickles.
Oh, you're an extra pickles gal. We've learned that.
Yes,
over
I
the last
love
couple
extra
weeks.
pickles on my burger. The more, the merrier. And I was all excited because I saw the pickles, and I was like, "Ooh, there are a lot of them in there. All right." Took a bite into it, and I was like, "Wait a minute, that don't taste right."
Who puts a sweet pickle on a burger?
It was a bread and butter. They were bread and butter pickles,
Man.
and I absolutely went on a 10-minute diatribe on how absolutely ridiculous and just rude and disrespectful. How rude are you to put bread and butter pickles on? Because I swear I thought that waiter did it on purpose.
He knew you were a dill gal and gave you the bread and butter.
And I gave him the side eye the rest of the night.
Cameron says Maryland fans are delusional. I went to the ACC tournament in 1998, the basketball tournament, and I went to every game. I didn't have a ticket to the last game. I had to buy it myself. I went with a buddy. His aunt won tickets on a radio station. There's the background. And I sat by myself in the championship game between Carolina and Duke. And I was I guess in the leftover Maryland section, and this grumpy old man, Maryland fan, sat there the whole game. I guess he just hate watched it with his arms crossed and watched the game and didn't say anything the entire game and just sat there stewing because he's probably one of those people, and it might be true, that think Carolina and Duke got all the breaks in the ACC and Maryland was the outcast, which I guess is why they went to the Big Ten, where they're still an outcast. But anyway, I remember that Maryland fan very well. He was not a happy person.
Was that the year of the Blake kid?
Steve Blake was this was before that. This was
okay.
Jameson and Carter were playing for Carolina. I remember that.
But Gary Williams was still the coach.
Sweaty
then,
Gary
right?
was there. Sweaty Gary was sweating it out.
Yeah, that dude's he had a problem.
Mike says, I hate Navy because of how they would beat us besides last year, but I love the troops. All right, Mike. Well, I'll tell you what. If you don't like America, you can get out.
You can kiss my ass.
Pack your bags. We don't want you.
Let's see if we got anything else. NC State fans are closet dookies. I don't know if that's true. Maybe a few. I don't know.
No, because if you were to compare this is my opinion, no one else's. If you were to compare State fans to Carolina fans, I think State fans are just slightly more tolerable.
Definitely.
Slightly more tolerable.
Well, State people and Carolina people. As far as fans, I have a lot of friends that are Carolina fans that go to Carolina. I used to be one growing up as a kid.
Yeah.
Which I was too young to get
I have
into college.
I have a lot of relatives that are State fans. So, the State fans are kind of here, but Carolina, no. No.
CJ, now you got a lot to talk about here because you're a Filipino, Havelockian, Pittsburghian. So
Yinzer?
So
Is that what they called you?
I don't know. I can't
okay.
anything.
All right. First of all, we got to go through a lot of different things here.
What just happened?
Let's start.
It fell off.
Let's start with your Filipino heritage. What country do you hate as a Filipino?
As a Filipino?
Yeah, what country do you hate? Who are y'all feuding with right now?
Right now, I don't know. 1945, probably Japan.
All right, there you go. Hates Japan.
Mm-hmm.
All right, as an Havelockian, who do you hate?
New Bern.
All right, there you go. Bear down. Bears down.
However that works. I don't know.
And how about as a Pittsburghian,
Philly.
as a Pittsburgh fan?
Philly, easily.
So your most hated NFL team's got to be a division team.
Yeah, definitely the
Ravens.
Yeah, but as a whole, like everything about the city of Philadelphia.
As a Pirates fan, who do you hate the most?
Ourselves.
All right, good answer.
Or wait, which Pirates did you mean?
Pittsburgh.
Oh, okay. Yes, ourselves.
Okay. Anything else? Are you a Penguins fan?
Yeah. Yeah, I hate the Caps.
And you hate the Flyers? Caps?
Flyers too, yeah. But
all right.
Caps are probably one.
And for some reason, you're a Celtics fan, so who do you hate the most there? Right now, the Warriors.
Yeah, right now the Warriors. Usually the Lakers, occasionally the Knicks.
All right. And how about as a Pirate? An ECU Pirate?
UNC, easily.
All right, UNC takes the cake. Glenn, you got hate in your heart. Let it out.
I'm not a hateful person.
Whoa.
Those are misconceptions. Those are lies. You're told to you by the media.
He's misunderstood. He's like Rasheed Wallace. He's misunderstood.
That's 100%. Did you talk about the story about the dude who sung the national anthem at the College World Series for the women?
Changing topics on?
Yeah. I just had something to tell you, and all mics in there were taken up, so I came in here.
So a guy sang the national anthem at the
Women's College
World Series.
He will not be allowed to sing it at the Men's World Series.
Now, why would that be?
Because he flashed an offensive gesture.
He gave the finger?
No. Something worse.
He did that or something?
No. Something even worse.
He was doing that?
The worst thing you could do in college athletics.
With your hands?
Yes.
I don't know what that could be.
I know what it is.
I think we might have somebody who's an offender here in the studio.
He made the NC State wolf signal with his hands.
He did that?
The most offensive signal you can make. Am I right?
No.
Oh, wow. I thought that was it.
Horns down, baby.
He put the horns down?
He did horns down, and as a result, he has been taken off of the national anthem singing list for the men's College World Series in Omaha.
The person making that decision must be a Longhorn alum.
The reason they're doing it is because, like you said, they said he made an offensive gesture.
And he said the offensive gesture was horns down.
Yeah, that's it. That is offensive. So, Troy, how many people did you offend this over the weekend?
Thousands. In fact, the
Everybody
entire.
who looks on Old Bro Sports.
I was on
The internet.
I was on Hook 'em Barstool, Old Rose Sports. I was getting messages from people I don't even know going, damn, dude, you're famous. Who would have thought after all these years in the media, the thing that put me over the top would be horns
I was
down.
going to say, you've had a lot of weekends, and this might be your biggest one.
There are people across the country asking you, why does Texas hate you? Why does the state of Texas hate you?
When I saw the lineup, that it was like the Hollywood Squares deal, and you were at 3 out of the 9 squares. I was like, man.
And if you count Jacob,
dominated.
our people were 4 out of the 9.
Unfortunately, it was not tic-tac-toe. It was like top left, middle, and middle right.
Yeah.
You just missed tic-tac-toe.
I was proud, though. I saw the picture of all the ECU baseball alumni that were that had their own little area, and I saw a picture today that somebody put out. Every ECU alum had a horns. They were pictured doing horns down. I thought
it's an offensive gesture. They can no longer sing the national anthem. Sorry, guys.
I don't know if there was a ECU fan that did not do it at least once this weekend.
Adam's got a good question. Is it okay that I don't like Texas since they're on the same level as Navy and Army? I don't know, Adam. If you hate Texas, you're saying you hate America.
See, that's a reoccurring joke for Monday. You got to be a multi-day listener to get that.
I did not get that one.
Yeah.
Basically, Texas, if you're born in Texas or a Texas resident, you're basically, it's like a military brand.
A guy tried to claim an example like, hey, you respect the military when they have certain traditions.
They respect the Longhorns the same way.
Yeah, I was making fun of us supposed to be quiet during the eyes of Texas. And the guy, a Texas fan, said, and he deleted it later, he said, so what if Navy or Air Force or Army are singing the national anthem?
Yeah.
But they don't.
Hey, dumbass. No. We sang the national anthem.
He equated the eyes of Texas as the national anthem.
Right. I saw the post, yes.
Did they secede from the Union? Are they gone? Do they think they left the country?
Is it like Canada?
They're their own country at this point.
The United State of Texas.
God, Texas. Who do you hate more, Troy? Texas or North Carolina?
I gotta be honest. I'm glad that we don't have to pay. We don't have to play Texas all that often.
All that often? How about once every lifetime?
You know what I'm saying? I'm just glad they're not on the schedule.
Yeah.
I'm glad we don't have to.
I wish they were. I love interacting with those jackasses.
Sure,
that'd be awesome. I wish we could get a home and home with them in baseball now.
I kind of want that home in baseball. Yes,
I'll take him in baseball.
I know we won't get him.
I didn't want the football one. No.
I would love to play more.
They played Central Florida in football, but that was just
sucks right now.
We probably can get a dub.
I know.
Yeah,
we need them right now.
If we could get it.
Did it?
If Kansas can beat them, damn it, we can too.
If I could reach out to Coach Pierce. I've developed a relationship with him.
Hey, I'm the big guy that interviewed you.
I don't know if you saw me in all those horns down pictures.
I did touch him.
I'm the tan
guy. Shook his hand a couple times.
I made tic-tac-toe.
Perhaps you know me from Horns Down Hate.
Hornsdown.com. All right.
I'm the face of Horns Down Nation right now.
We got to wrap up this hour. You're welcome to stick around.
I just wanted to tell you about that.
Yeah, no, I did see that. I'm glad you brought it to our attention.
I did not know if you had spoken about it yet. I didn't know if I was doing a Chandler.
Just more Texas delusion going on across the country.
Mass Texas delusion.
And people accept it.
In other states.
I know. Nebraska is scared of Texas.
That's why they left.
They're scared Texas.
That's why they left. That's why they left the conference.
Is Texas a superpower now? They're going to take over Nebraska and claim it as their own?
I've said it before. I'll say it again. Texas will never make it in the SEC if they're this soft. If they can't handle
that is true.
Down, SEC is going to rip them a new one.
What's going to happen when they walk into LSU for a football game?
God.
LSU, Ole Miss, Mississippi State.
Any of them except Vanderbilt.
Tennessee.
They call it
all those crowds are just tough.
Yeah, the whistler from Vanderbilt will probably whistle Horns Down or something.
He will figure out the Morse code for Horns Down.
Yeah.
He's going to whistle during the eyes of Texas, and they are
they're going to lose their mind. How dare you whistle?
He's going to be arraigned in Dallas come the next morning.
That'd be Austin.
But I was thinking bigger.
Yeah, they hate him in Dallas too. I think it's just Austin they like him.
So what's so the eyes of Texas is to the tune of what?
Oh, that I don't know.
Racism.
So
that's their fight song.
This is Georgia. I was thinking because theirs is the old
Sounds
glory.
Similar. Yeah.
The eyes of Texas is the tune of. Is it the same thing? I've been working on the railroad. It's the same damn thing.
Let's Google Eyes of Texas and play it real quick.
No, I will not put that in my phone. No,
then we'd have to be quiet.
It's the same damn thing. They're all the same.
Just change the words.
I've been working on the railroad.
Just kind of like Carolina's fight song is very similar to many others.
Hey, let's be unique out there, people. All right, we got to take a break. We'll come back.
NC State's fight song's a rip-off of
dun, 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 dun. It's a military song.
Yeah, military song. It's a rip-off of one of the military songs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shirley, hit the music. Shirley, hit the music. Hit! We'll take a timeout, come back, have more for you. Pirate Radio Live on a Tuesday. Back with you after this.
Hey Wood Ducks fans, be sure to purchase your single game tickets online at woodducksbaseball.com or by calling our front office at Granger Stadium. Advanced ticket prices for Sunday through Thursday are just $7. Friday and Saturday tickets are $12. Do you have a big group? No problem. Book your group tickets by contacting our front office now. We hope to see you out at Granger Stadium all season long. Let's go Woodies!
This is Talbot Green with Angel Oak Home Loans. The real estate market is extremely competitive right now. The importance of being pre-qualified is absolute must before you begin shopping for a new home. At Angel Oak, we offer a wide variety of programs ranging from conventional, government, and portfolio loans that fit most financial situations. To get started, contact Talbot Green, Braxton Green, Joanne Weir, or Wanda Hager at 751-2060.
NMLS 1719250, Equal Housing Lender.
The best burgers around. Everyone loves a thick, juicy, and fresh burger. Tiebreakers in Greenville, plus the all-new Tiebreakers in Winterville, do real burgers better than anybody. So don't just go to any burger-themed restaurant chain. It's time to break the chain and eat local. Tiebreakers, real burgers at its best.
Everybody loves burgers. This is Dr. Phil Perdue from Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center. Our practice has been caring for the athletes at ECU and the residents of Eastern North Carolina for more than 35 years. Whether it's treatment for your sports injury or it's time for that joint replacement, Orthopedics East provides the latest in operative and non-operative orthopedic care. We also offer on-site physical therapy and MRI services, as well as walk-in urgent care on the weekends from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Call us at 757-BONE or visit us online at orthoeast.com. Go Pirates!
I'm Michael Vaughn with East Coast Grading and Utilities. Many of you know my dad, David Vaughn, and his work in putting in subdivisions all over Pirate Nation. But East Coast Grading and Utilities is not just for those type of big jobs. We're here for the homeowners. Whether it's concrete, driveways, hauling rock, or sand, whatever you need, East Coast Grading and Utilities can get the job done. Call us at 252-531-7494 or check us out on Facebook at East Coast Grading and Utilities.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is proud ECU graduate and former baseball player Brandon Manning inviting you to join my team at Farm Bureau Insurance. Right now is a good time to review your coverage with a local trusted agent like me. I will make myself available before or after business hours, and my clients always have my cell phone number if they need anything. From home, auto, or life, give me a call today and let's talk about your insurance coverage and about the Pirates. Call 531-1812 and go Pirates!
Welcome to U.S. Cellular. Yeah, hi. I want a new phone for free, but not just any phone. I want the newest, fastest, most storage holding 5G unlimited data using phone in here for free. Sure, your choice. Really? Yep.
At U.S. Cellular, we put you first. So choose any phone from any brand free. Plus, get unlimited data for just $30 a month. U.S. Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
We all love using Uber Eats, DoorDash, and grocery pickup. It makes life so much easier. Well, now there is cellular delivery, and the team at Cellular Warehouse has perfected the process. They will deliver your new phone right to your door with all your information loaded on the new phone. And the best thing is there is no charge for this awesome service. And you don't have to waste half the day sitting in a Cellular store. Call Toby Williams today at 252-799-7051 and let his team of experts make your cellular delivery today. Cellular Warehouse, your local U.S. Cellular authorized agent, serving all of Eastern North Carolina.
Hi, this is Parker Bunch. When I'm not hitting dingers or going viral, I'm listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by First Bank. Together with our customers, we're creating a world where individuals and communities thrive. Visit the First Bank location on Arlington Boulevard in Greenville for all your personal and business banking needs. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. From sales to service, Greenville Auto World has all of your vehicle needs covered. Shop all of their inventory now at greenvilleautoworld.net if you're looking for someone to service your vehicle. They have a full service and repair facility. They do brakes, oil changes, tires, inspections, and they can repair any kind of vehicle. Greenville Auto World across from Speedway at Bells Fork and online at greenvilleautoworld.net. Thanks to Tim Sutton and Jim Rogers for their sponsorship of the program. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Cliff.
All right, I got a phone a few months ago now, and I didn't transfer numbers over, and I hate having to do this. And you have to ask, who is this? It feels like a slight. It's not a slight. I don't know your number. But oh, okay. Well, I hope you feel better. You gotta and I can read this because these are medical terms. But one Pirate fan said they're listening. Someone somewhere said the Texas logo looked like a uterus with fallopian tubes. So there you go. Just passing that along. I don't know. I didn't really pay much attention in sex ed, so I couldn't tell you. But that is one opinion out there. All right, coming up, we will talk some Major League Baseball later on. We'll talk more hate on the show as well. We will talk some Big Rock Blue Marlin fishing tournament with Bryce Williams coming up in hour 3. We'll also make you a winner on today's show. Right now, we'll head out to the Pirate Radio Live line and talk to Billy Weaver, my cohort on the U.S. Sailor 5th Quarter Call-In Show. Weave, how you doing?
Doing good, man. How about you, Clip?
Doing all right. We got Pirate Baseball to talk about, which is not a happy subject, although a fantastic year, disappointing into the season. So let's start it off with something lighthearted. Shirley, do you have that clip ready to go? Saw this on Twitter. It was brought to my attention earlier today, Weave, and we like to have a little bit of laughs at the expense of the Cowboys, right? So saw this and thought it was great. It was a weather report, and they had Louisville flashing on the screen. So I'm going to assume this is Kentucky, maybe. But anyway, here's the weather report, Weave.
Well, now we look at our 10-day forecast. It's looking a little bit like those Dallas Cowboys, is peaking in the 90s. Well, now we look at our
Very well done to that gentleman, peaking in the 90s.
Wow. Congrats. Yeah, that very well done. Very well done. That's good. Clever.
Kind of brings up our topic of the day. Somebody tagged us on Twitter earlier about your most hated college rivals, and I'm kind of taking it into college and pros. And obviously, I think we share the hatred of the Cowboys at number one, Weave. But I'll ask you, who else, when you think of sports hatred, when it comes to East Carolina, when it comes to professional sports, what teams do you love to hate the most?
Well, obviously, like you said, the Cowboys are number one by far. There's not even another one that touches that, just because I'm a lifelong Redskins football team Commanders fan, so you take your pick of those. But Clemson is up there with me as well, and not so much the Clemson program or the players. I love Dabo Swinney. I really do. I think he's a great coach. Love what he does there. Love what he stands for. He's a man of faith, which is awesome to me. But I think everybody can relate to this. It's somebody that maybe has a sibling or a family member or a crazy uncle or somebody that's a fan of a team that is not necessarily your favorite team, and they're very just obnoxious about it. I think I've shared this on the radio before on the press box, why I'm not a Clemson fan. I have a brother-in-law that is a huge Clemson fan, and his world revolves around Clemson. And before Clemson was winning national championships in football, they hadn't done a whole lot in football. They had a co-national championship, I think, back in 1980, if I remember correctly. But
remember the phrase? I'm sure you do, Weave, but Clemsoning was the thing until Dabo got it rolling there. We used to talk about Clemsoning every year, right?
No, yeah. And, a lot of people would say those old Clemson Tigers and throw a P in there. And, there was jokes made about that as well. But, when I was in the state of South Carolina, it's just a crazy deal down there with South Carolina and Clemson. But he was such an obnoxious Clemson fan that it just really turned me off against Clemson, and I found myself rooting against them all the time. So Clemson is one, and probably the other one, just because I've been close to the program as far as a visitor, and that's West Virginia. West Virginia
right.
Football.
Yeah.
For East Carolina, so many times going up to Morgantown, West Virginia, and being in that stadium, Mountaineer Field, it's not a fun place to play. And to be quite honest with you, some of the fans, and I'm going to preface this by saying some of the fans, because I think that's a lot of, you can't put that on all the fans, but there's a lot of West Virginia fans that are really nasty and not good fans. We had been spit on and batteries thrown at us and all kinds of stuff, and every kind of, ugly gesture you could think of. So I never found myself rooting for West Virginia either. So I think it's West Virginia and Clemson are the two at the top of the list there behind the Cowboys.
All right, good call. Billy Weaver joining us on the Pirate Radio Live line. In the arrogance department, we might have a new number one. I thought North Carolina, the folks in Chapel Hill had it covered, but ran across some Texas folks this weekend that made me rethink that. Texas might be number one in the arrogance look down on everyone leaderboard, because they really do think, Weave, that their stuff don't stink, and it was pretty incredible to see firsthand and read about and interact with some of those folks on Twitter over the weekend when the Longhorns came to town to play baseball.
Well, their look-down eyes are always upon you.
I know. They're watching us right now. Be careful.
The eyes of Texas are upon you, or whatever that song is. I thought it was funny. And that's the thing, is when you bring attention to something like that, you have to know that, now you've just kind of stirred the hornet's nest. And yeah, some of the fans, and I didn't, it was funny because it all kind of started with their head coach when he made those comments to their local TV station about the jungle and saying, they call themselves the jungle and they act like it, and I kind of took that as, hey, we're a bunch of animals here and don't know how to act. And he had said, there were guys in the bullpen that had beer thrown on them and all that stuff. I started thinking about that a little bit. And now, had that happened on the home side, then maybe. But if you think about it, Clip, first of all, that the last time he was here, I don't think beer was being sold at Clark LeClaire, because that's a very recent thing. And not to say that fans don't bring beer in from the jungle, but it was harder to do, and it's all the way on the other side of the field.
A lot of he said, she said stuff going on, Weave. I did see one of the Lawhorn twins say that he recalls a game where there was a beer sitting on top of the fence and a player ran into the fence and it spilled on him, an illegal beer that had got in at that time. So who knows if it's true or not, but yeah.
Yeah, I just don't know how true that is. But hey.
Sounds like an urban legend, and somebody said something that kind of builds from there. Big fish story.
Yeah, and it, and the thing is like I said, even like I said about West Virginia, I said some of their fans, every fan base, and I don't care, and that's East Carolina included. Now, we've had some, knuckleheads, but every school in the country has a few knuckleheads. They just do. Now, some, like West Virginia, have more than others. So, that could have happened. It just wasn't indicative of our fan base, and I think it was kind of a pot shot, and he kind of walked it back a little bit with Troy. But I thought they came in here with a little bit more of a swagger than I thought they deserved.
Billy Weaver joining us, and man, what a first couple of games it was, Weave. Those Friday and Saturday games were awesome. Just great players, back and forth, clutch performances on both sides. And then Sunday we had the weird one with the weather, but give all the credit to Texas. They came out hitting, and their big guy, Ivan Melendez, right out of the gate, made it 3-0 very early. Pirates never able to catch up after one of the longest delays we've ever seen here in Greenville.
Yeah, I mean, Texas has got they've got some ballers. They really do. I mean, you look at up and down their lineup, and of course, Melendez, that guy is just incredible. And, they call him the Hispanic Titanic, which I think.
Great nickname.
Yeah, but to tell you the truth, I would call him Ivan the Terrible. I mean, I really do.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
Is terrible on opponents. He really is. I mean, and just could match the ball. He kind of reminded me of Jose Canseco. He's got that kind of build. He's got that look. He's got that, just kind of ice in his veins kind of deal, and just goes up there and he knows that, he's going to be swinging for the fence, and nothing seems to rattle his cage. But Texas played very well. I hated that East Carolina lost that second game on Saturday, because that was the one I think got away from them. I mean, they had a good lead in that game, and Texas just, they kind of inched back, and, a home run here, another home run here, another solo home run, and then next thing you know, a 3-run shot that ties it up, and then Texas goes on to win it. And and then of course the weird deal with Sunday with the rain delay. I thought we were finally going to get through either a regional and a super regional without any weather.
Oh yeah, we almost got there.
Yeah, and then you got a 6-hour delay, and it just not making any excuses. I mean, they both teams had to deal with that and go through the weather delays and everything, but it just kind of made it for a long night. And I think everybody said this so well on social media and people that I've talked to. Kudos to the ECU fans, because it was after midnight and that place was still rocking, and the Pirates were down a lot, and there was still the purple gold chant going on, and the fans were still involved in the ball game. So I mean, it's as much as you would love to have seen East Carolina win and finally get to Omaha. It was a great showing. It was a great weekend, and the fans played a huge role in that.
Billy Weaver joining us on the Pirate Radio Live line. Weave, the Braves are creeping up on your Mets. They have won 12 in a row. But some bad news. Ozzie Albies on the 60-day DL. He fractured his foot, and it kind of shades of last year, losing Acuna around the All-Star break. Atlanta losing another star last night in their win over the Washington Nationals. But Braves are. It looks like we might have a little race here in the East after all. We'll see if the Braves can catch the Mets.
Yeah, at one point it was 10.5 games, 11 games or something like that the Mets had at the lead, and I told you I still wasn't very comfortable about that. And usually about this time of the year, it's when the injury bug starts to creep up on the Mets. Well, now it's the Braves, but the Mets have not played bad. They've won I think 5 of their last 8 games, and they're not playing bad. They're not backing up to the Braves. The Braves are just red hot, and they're playing very well right now. So I never thought it was not going to be a race. It didn't matter if it was a 20-game lead for the Mets in that division. I didn't think it was not going to be a race with the Braves, but I am a little surprised at how well the Braves are playing. They are playing extremely well, but with Albies out of that lineup, that's going to be big, and having that broken foot doesn't look like he's going to be back for a while. Yeah,
Braves have taken advantage of a favorable schedule and done a good job over the last couple of weeks. Billy Weaver joining us. We will wrap it up with some racing talk. Daniel Suarez, the winner at a road course over the weekend, and I like to see those road courses because you get some unfamiliar names kind of at the top of the leaderboard there at the end of the race, and we saw that this past weekend.
Yeah, and he's the first Mexican-born player to win a player.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
driver. I just get so used to calling everybody a player. Well, he might be a player. Who knows? He's Mexican.
He crushes a lot.
Just kidding. He might crush a lot. Yeah, but he's the first Mexican-born race car driver to win a Cup Series race, and it took him 195 races to win one, but he finally did. And I like seeing that. I think it's good for the sport to have different guys up there. And we talked about the young guns. He's one of those guys that's been around for a little while, but it hasn't been extremely successful, and that's what those road course races do. They bring out some of the guys that that you don't see on a weekly basis in the winner circle that can come up there and actually, they've got different backgrounds than oval racing, so they've got that experience on road courses. And it was nice to see Suarez this weekend. We got Father's Day off, which is used to be, it was Mother's Day weekend that you have off. Now you have Mother's Day weekend that you're racing, and you're off Father's Day weekend, which I don't know, if I'm a father, I'd rather kind of go to a race, but they'll come back and go to Nashville, which is a new deal too. So it's going to be interesting to see how this all shakes out. And technically, I guess this is the halfway point of the season, because this is now where the TV rights go from F1 and Fox now to NBC and USA Network. So from here on out, NBC and USA Network will have the rest of the series, and of course going into the playoffs and crowning the champion at the end of the year. So this is kind of where we make that transition on Father's Day weekend.
All right, we're up against it. We'll talk to you next week. Appreciate you joining us today on Pirate Radio Live, man.
All right, man. We'll see you.
Thank you, Billy, for joining us here on a Tuesday edition of PRL. We will take a timeout, come back, talk some Major League Baseball. I need a refresher course because I've been locked into this Pirate run over the last 3 weeks. And outside of Atlanta, absolutely streaking right now. I don't know really what else is going on. So we'll talk some Major League Baseball with Mark Brown, CamdenChat.com. We got O's and Blue Jays coming up tonight right here on Pirate Radio. More to go. Pirate Radio Live. Back with you after this.
The Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of Pirates and ENC. 7 days a week from noon until 2 a.m., the Buck features live music every night of the week. Tuesday is karaoke with DJ Captain Morgan. Wednesday is acoustic night. Thursday is the DJ dance party. And Friday and Saturday nights, it's live bands. Check out the Buck's Facebook or Instagram page for more information. The Buccaneer Music Hall. We'll see you at the Buck.
If you have family coming over this summer, the last thing you need is sweaty relatives. Guarantee your air conditioning system is ready to keep everybody cool. Call Delcor. Buy a new train system and make no payments until 2023. It's hard to stop a train. With inflation and high gas prices, you don't need another payment. So buy this month and make no payments until 2023. Go to DelcorInc.com or call 252-321-8868. Delcor, the service professionals.
Your first stop for shopping is at Shimmer Boutique. This is Ashley from Shimmer. We are fully stocked with the latest apparel, shoes, and accessories and more. If you need gift ideas or some shopping therapy for yourself, stop by today. Looking for the hottest shoes on the market? Shimmer has the biggest selection of Hey Dudes anywhere. Shimmer has the newest Yeti products and colors. Want this year's most popular bag? Shimmer has a great selection of all your bog bag needs and accessories. Shimmer in Greenville, Winterville, and Jacksonville.
Hey Pirate fans, Derek Pizzeni from Carolina Wealth Management. Are you a fiduciary? That's a question every investor should ask their advisor. A fiduciary is an individual who acts in the best interest of a particular person or beneficiary. Is your advisor a fiduciary? You should know it's your money. At Carolina Wealth Management, we do things differently from other investment firms. To learn more about the benefits of working with a fiduciary advisor, visit mycarolinawealth.com. That's mycarolinawealth.com.
Everybody wants to get fit and get in shape. You don't have to do it alone. At Kinetic, we have certified personal trainers that will work with you on your customized workout plan to help you reach the fitness goals you always wanted. Choose either to work one-on-one or with a partner, or quickly burn more calories in our high-intensity fat-burning bootcamp classes while having fun with others at the same time. No matter your fitness level, we can help you get the results you want. Sign up today at kptonline.com.
Pirate fans, get ready for a winning season and team up with Quality Equipment, your local John Deere dealer and proud sponsor of the ECU Pirates. When you do business with us, you'll get things done right. We're proud to offer a large selection of new and used John Deere equipment, a fully stocked parts department, and a highly trained staff who is here to support you throughout the life of your equipment. So get quality done right before every ECU game day and visit QualityEquip.com.
UBE and PirateWear.com is excited to offer Pirate Nation the largest selection of new ECU merchandise and tailgate supplies ever. UBE has the best prices in town, so that makes UBE your one-stop shop for all things ECU. UBE does daily restocks of Champion, Adidas, and Under Armour. Don't forget to bring your young Pirates in to plunder the Crow's Nest, which is the only kids store dedicated to ECU. Plenty of free parking uptown in Greenville. Visit them at PirateWear.com. Go Pirates!
While you're sleeping, our whole hogs are slow cooking over wood to create that bite that Eastern North Carolina is known for. I'm Sam Jones, and for more than 3 generations, my folks have been the torchbearers for what whole hog barbecue is supposed to be. At Sam Jones, you'll find plenty of smoke, but no mirrors. Everything, and I mean everything, is made fresh daily, including our sides, sweets, and sauces. Come on over and see us at Sam Jones Barbecue, and I bet you'll be able to taste our passion in just one bite. Sam Jones Barbecue, Fire Tower Road.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, W224EI Greenville, WDLX Washington, and W281CH Washington. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by First Bank. Together with our customers, we're creating a world where individuals and communities thrive. Visit the First Bank location on Arlington Boulevard in Greenville for all your personal and business banking needs. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or keep it local? Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com, the official sportswear provider of Pirate Radio. Now let's head back into PRL. Here is your host, Clip Brock.
All right. Ross Dellinger has an article over at SI.com in what's believed to be the first serious inquiry of the NIL era. NCAA enforcement visited Miami and interviewed several people, including billionaire booster John Ruiz. Ruiz said, quote, "I have nothing to hide." So here we go. I'm sure everything's cool down there at the U, as always. All right, let's talk a little MLB as Mark Brown, CamdenChat.com, joins us on the Pirate Radio Live line. We got some Major League Baseball coming your way tonight on Pirate Radio, O's and Blue Jays. Mark, welcome back. How you doing, man?
Clip, I'm doing pretty good. How about you?
Doing all right. And Mark, having you on the show, obviously, to talk about the O's, as we'll have some O's baseball coming your way tonight right here on Pirate Radio as they take on the Blue Jays. But also, Mark, we have been inundated with East Carolina baseball these last 2 weeks around here, hosting regionals, super regionals. So other than the Braves have won 12 in a row, I do not know what is going on in Major League Baseball. So hopefully you can give me a crash course on what's happened the last couple of weeks. So we'll let's start with the firings. We had a couple of Joes fired since we last chatted, Mark, with the Phillies, with Girardi, and Joe Madden with the Angels. What did you think of those early exits for those managers here in 2022?
Yeah, it was interesting to see those were the guys that got canned first. I mean, that was both of them, I think, were in the middle of just long losing streaks. I read that Joe Madden had gotten his hair shaved into a mohawk to try and motivate his guys, but that was the morning that he came in and then got fired, so he didn't actually get to show off the mohawk, which I think is really a loss for everybody in the world to not have gotten to see that. If you're a manager of a team that's expected to go somewhere and you're not getting it done, you're going to be the first one that's on the hot seat. And, that's where Girardi was. The Phillies obviously gave just hundreds of millions of dollars to Bryce Harper a few years ago. They haven't really achieved what they had been hoped for. The Angels, they have Mike Trout, they have Shohei Ohtani, two of the most amazing players in baseball right now. And they're sitting at, right now, their record is 29-33. It's crazy how much those talents are getting wasted. Of course, how much is that the manager's fault, or how much is it the general manager for building the roster right? If I was an Angels fan or a Phillies fan, I might have more of an opinion about that. To be honest, I'm really not certain. But, the manager's the public face in the middle of the season, and, when stuff is not meeting expectations, that's, you kind of got to live with that's the guy that's going to get fired first.
Mark Brown, CamdenChat.com. Speaking of managers, if you're firing managers due to wins and losses, then you could say, all right, the Orioles should fire Brandon Hyde, but that's not why you fire a manager. It's about expectations, and the O's have very, very low expectations, and they have had that, Mark, since Brandon Hyde has been there, and he knew what he was getting into. And hopefully the people that hired him knew what he was getting into as well. So I don't know. I mean, is his job safe just because there's no expectations there? Or I don't know. How much talk is there about the manager there with Baltimore day in, day out?
There's people that'll grumble about Brandon Hyde and quibble with kind of some of this or that moves, but I mean, I've never really found him to be part of the problem. I just feel like, again, I mean, it's a matter of the talent that has been assembled, and the reality is, since Mike Elias has been hired as the Orioles GM, the work that's been getting done on the Orioles franchise has largely been going on kind of beneath the major league surface. So they haven't been judging Hyde on the major league team's win-loss record, because Elias knows as well as anybody, he hasn't been giving a playoff caliber roster to Hyde. So right. I look more at things like, I think Hyde manages to keep the dugout kind of loose, and they're all still having a good time, even though, but not in like they don't care, but just they're not. It's not a dour march into oblivion for the Orioles, even though they've lost over 108 games in the two 162 game seasons where Hyde has been the manager. They just, when things are going well, they got all this jokey stuff they do. This year, the thing is, I guess there's a bunch of Call of Duty players in the clubhouse, so like every time somebody gets a hit, they like look in the dugout and do this like gesture, like they're pulling up binoculars, like you're calling it an airstrike in Call of Duty, and they all just seem to have fun with that. And if you don't look at the record and you watch only when they're winning, which the Orioles are 26-36, which they could be a lot worse than that, you would think, okay, this team is having fun. They're doing the things that teams do when they're good and they're having fun. Like every other team has their little home run celebration. Right now the Orioles are playing the Blue Jays. They have this big blue jacket that's just ridiculous. They put on players after they hit a home run. The Red Sox have they stick a guy in the laundry cart and shove him through the dugout. So the Orioles have this thing where they have this chain, the home run chain that gets ceremoniously bestowed on a guy who hits a home run. And you watch stuff like that, and it's like, oh yeah, this is stuff that a team that's good and is having fun would be doing. The only thing is the Orioles aren't good, but they're ready to be good with kind of some of their lighthearted moments. And I honestly give Hyde some credit for allowing that to exist, even while the team is not, even while the team is 10 games below 500 here in mid-June.
Mark Brown, CamdenChat.com, joining us. I don't know if the Yankees are having fun, but they certainly are winning, Mark. How about 44-16? And I don't know, even people that had high expectations for the Yankees, I don't think had them this high, did they?
No, it's crazy. I mean, and the Yankees, of course, as you know, I have a lifelong grudge against them, owing to the Jeffrey Mayer game in the
of course,
in the ALCS there, and it just seems like the Yankees have some kind of dark magic bargain. And the example I'm fixated on lately is they pulled ancient Matt Carpenter off the scrap heap. No one had signed him. They've got him on the team. He has 6 home runs in his first 24 at-bats. Yeah. It's just ridiculous how the Yankees can find the guy and do that. And, he hit 7 home runs in the last 2 seasons combined there in St. Louis. And now he's already got 6 in 10 games for the Yankees. And that's just the way their season is going. Of course, they have plenty of guys you expect to be good. Aaron Judge is getting, in the conversation of, what he's on pace for this many home runs. Is he going to challenge, the old Roger Maris line? Is he going to start to approach like Barry Bonds territory? Giancarlo Stanton, of course, is very good. Their pitching staff, they got Garrett Cole, of course, you would expect him to be good. But then they got another out-of-nowhere guy, Nestor Cortez, with a 1.96 ERA through his first 11 games. Orioles fans with a very good memory will remember Cortez, who was a Rule 5 pick taken by the Orioles in, I think, the 2018 season. He was not very good with the Orioles, was returned, and he was not good in 2019 or 2020, where he was with the Yankees and then the Mariners. The Yankees brought him back for 2021, and suddenly since then, he's now pitched in 33 games, and he's got a 2.52 ERA going back to last year. So, again, I don't know what kind of dark magic bargain allows them to just have him flip the switch and turn into that guy, but, stuff like that has really fueled their being 44-16, which is really a ridiculous record for a baseball team to have.
Mark Brown came to chat.com joining us. Mark, earlier today there was a thread, and it was college football related. Rank your rivals on who you hate the most. And somebody tagged us on this to talk about on the show, so it'll be an ongoing discussion today on Pirate Radio Live. But do you have enough hate to go around for the Red Sox or anybody else, or does all your hate go to the Yankees? Is anybody else, as an O's fan, on your hate list, Mark?
Clip, it's kind of a constant debate among Orioles fans is who do you hate more, the Yankees or the Red Sox? I kind of arrive at whichever one is most ascendant at a given moment. It's the one that I hate more. So, of course, right now that's the Yankees. The Red Sox were scuffling early, although they've made it above 500 and are now also in a wild card spot. A lesser factor is which one am I looking at right now? So when the Orioles are playing the Yankees or when they're playing the Red Sox, especially at home because Camden Yards gets invaded by those other teams' fans. That's really the 1A and 1B. I have assorted petty grudges against a variety of other teams that I think about different amounts at different times. Of course, as an Orioles fan, I'm annoyed at the Royals over like 2014 ALCS, stuff like that. Just little things that are maybe a bit more idiosyncratic. I don't like the White Sox because the first time I ever went to a game when I was 5, I was sitting with a family friend and we were near the White Sox dugout and I was just chattering the entire time because I was a 5-year-old at my first MLB game. I was very excited. So a White Sox player came over to the railing and he says, "Hey kid, why don't you shut the hell up and buy me a beer?" So
do you remember who it was? That's awesome.
It was. Yeah, the player was Ron Kittle, who I've looked up on Baseball Reference. He went like 4 for 5 with 2 home runs and 5 RBI or something like that.
Oh wow!
So he had a good reason to be cocky. So that's my real idiosyncratic. I don't like the White Sox entirely because of him. What he did to me in 1989. Excuse me. So but mostly it's the Yankees, Red Sox. That's the top. I mean, Blue Jays and Rays are in the division. We see them a lot. Of course, with sports fans, I think you kind of get the. That's a case of familiarity breeds contempt.
Sure.
That's the AL East. Those are my big ones personally.
Mark Brown came to chat.com joining us. You mentioned that ALCS the O's were in to get there. Delman Young helped out with the bases clearing double, and I guess he celebrated a birthday or something recently because I had him as a trivia question at my weekly trivia at a local sports bar restaurant here, AJ McMurphy's. But where does that one rank, that hit rank, Mark, on your favorite O's hits throughout the years?
I mean, boiling it down to one single hit, that's probably the greatest Orioles moment of my lifetime. It just was so amazing of a moment, and it came in the playoffs. It was clear the bases, give the Orioles a lead when they were behind before he hit it. You had the dramatic of the play at the plate at the very end of it.
Yeah.
It was just, Hardy with the slide, made it in. And, you can't really top that. It's probably, take out like the entirety of the Cal Ripken, 21-31 game at Camden Yards. That's of course the number one, and right behind that you've got the Delman double. It is really the number 2 probably single Orioles moment of the last 30 years in the time Camden Yards has been in existence.
I still like watching that one because I am a sucker for just a crazy crowd reaction, and that was an awesome one there at Camden Yards that day. Mark, this just came to mind. Why were there headlines yesterday about the Orioles will never leave Baltimore? Why was there a need to come out with that statement? What's going on with that?
Gosh, yeah. So we got this drama here where. The Orioles are owned by Peter Angelos, who is very old. He's like 93, 95, something like that. And his 2 sons are kind of currently feuding over who should control the team or what should happen with the team.
Oh, boy.
His older son, John, who's currently the managing partner in the eyes of Major League Baseball, took over in that role a few years ago. His younger brother, Louis, is now suing him and and Mrs. Angelos over whether they are being good stewards of the team or whatever. Luis Angelos, the younger son, has claimed that it was his father's wish that the team should be sold after he passes away, so that the family can have kind of the the cash wealth instead of just their wealth is tied up in they own the Baltimore Orioles. I don't have any inner workings on what was said in internal Angelos discussions, right? So one of the allegations in the lawsuit filed by Luis is that John Angelos, the older son who's now in control of the team, it wasn't even really an allegation. He just made a speculative comment like, and John Angelos is now able to do whatever he wants, including possibly move the team to Nashville, where he owns a home and where his wife has a job. So Mrs. John Angelos apparently is like some kind of country songwriter, or like works for a company that does that sort of thing. So of course, that's based in Nashville. It wasn't even an allegation, like I said. It was just a very speculative comment. But to set off, there's a whole. Of course, part of the Baltimore fan sports psyche, which wouldn't be as visible to you all in Pirate Radio land, but you had the Baltimore Colts left in 1984.
Oh yeah,
and that psychic wound is like still on the Baltimore fan base, especially folks older than me, but even a lot of people my age. Like we grew up, and that was the story we heard about. The Mayflower vans pulling out of the Colts training facility in the middle of the snowstorm. It was what everybody was talking about for a long time, and still is. That faded a lot less once you had the Ravens come in 1996, and there was an NFL team back in Baltimore. But, I mean, for me, those were the formative years. The first 12 years of my life, that was like, oh, man, the Colts left, and, they hated the Irsay family.
Yeah.
So, some people are still afraid, like, that's going to happen with the Orioles. I'm not personally as worried about it, but, when you have one Angelo's brother is suing the other, and specifically brings up, what if the Orioles move? That was why that statement had to be put out. It really ruffled feathers in the exact way that a certain segment of people are just kind of permanently primed to be insecure about it.
Sure, yeah, I get that. Mark Brown, CamdenChat.com, joining us today here on Pirate Radio Live. We did get a taste of Baltimore-ish baseball here in Greenville a couple weeks ago, Mark, as Coppin State was the 4 seed in the Greenville Regional, and they didn't stay long, but they had a good time. They were hanging out with Pirate fans after the games and made some friends here in Greenville, so it was pretty neat to see the Coppin State guys having a good time down here.
I saw they were in your regional. I honestly don't think I really even knew that Coppin State had a baseball team. I hear about them more in NCAA tournament, men's basketball tournament time. They're not like the team that wins their small conference every year, but they've been the winner several times in my adult lifetime, I'm pretty sure. And, then they're the 15, 16 seed that gets blown out in the first round. But, that's a good season for them. And I congratulate their baseball team for making it to an NCAA baseball regional. I'm glad they had a good time and a good experience.
And they're trying to find a league, apparently, Mark, because there were only 4 teams playing in the MEAC this year, and they got an automatic bid because they were the champion, and they're not going to be allowed to do that next year. So hopefully they can find a spot and play for the right to play in another regional coming up next year. O's and Blue Jays tonight, Mark, and Blue Jays 36-24, playing well, and obviously the big favorite tonight against Baltimore. Anything in particular you're looking forward to tonight in this matchup?
Am I looking forward? Well, the Orioles lost 10-1 last night, so that puts a little damper on my excitement, right? But, what I'm looking forward to, so for anyone who was listening yesterday knows the Orioles have added outfield prospect Kyle Stowers as a substitute just for this series because of Canada's COVID rules. A couple of Orioles players eligible to make the trip. So he made his debut yesterday. He got a double late in the game, drove in Adley Rutschman to score the only Orioles run. Stowers leads the Orioles system in home runs with 12. So I'll be looking to see if maybe he can get on the board on the big league level. Still waiting for Adley Rutschman, the hotshot catching prospect, to get his first major league RBI. He's done very well defensively to start. He has not really yet heated up at the plate, which has been really a constant for all the young players that we've seen called up across the league this year. It's been a big adjustment for all of them. Rutschman hasn't quite made it at the plate yet, so I'm really hoping he can tonight find some way to get an RBI, because it's just I feel bad that he's now got 78 plate appearances under his belt, and he still hasn't driven in a run, which of course means he hasn't hit a home run yet either. Those are the two things I'll probably be most looking forward to, and I'm just going to kind of cross my fingers that the Orioles can have better starting pitching than they had yesterday.
Mark Brown, CameToChat.com. Good stuff, Mark. Appreciate the chat today. We'll catch up with you in July and talk more baseball with you here on Pirate Radio as we continue to follow the O season and what's going on in Major League Baseball. So we will reconvene then, and folks, of course, can check out CameToChat.com for all the latest. Mark, we'll talk to you again down the road, man.
All right. I'll catch you then.
Mark Brown, CameToChat.com. O's Blue Jays tonight right here on Pirate Radio. We'll take a timeout, come back, wrap up hour number 2, and get you over to hour 3. Bryce Williams is coming in, and he is also serving as show booker today, because at 5:15 we'll talk to Dylan, who is a mate on the boat wall hanger out of the Big Rock Blue Marlin tournament. So we will talk some fishing coming up in hour 3 with Bryce. That and more on the way on Pirate Radio Live. We're back with you after this.
I can't think of anyone who doesn't love a clean car, but how often do you actually go to the car wash? Does it take too long, or maybe it's just not a very nice place? Tommy's Express changes everything. Our wash is bright, inviting, clean, and fast.
I love the flat conveyor belt. So easy to pull onto, much smoother ride, and safer for my car.
And when you join Tommy Club, you can wash as often as you like for one low monthly price.
I save money and time.
We're Tommy's Express.
At the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road, Greenville.
Before you hit the road this travel season, be sure to get your tires inspected by the tire guys at Greenville Auto World. The Greenville Auto World service team sells all the top brands and economy tires if you need a new set. Need an oil change, state inspection, or AC repair? Greenville Auto World can work on any type of vehicle, and the monthly oil change special is only $29.99. Make an appointment now by calling 364-8730. For award-winning service, trust Greenville Auto World.
You've worked hard to make your business successful, and that's why it's really important to always have a bank that's in your corner when you need them. This is Chris Richards from First Bank, and our experienced team of local bankers includes Lee Watson, Ashley Capps, Bonner Latham, Josh Hooten, and Heath Nisbet. To get the business services that are right for your business, come and see one of our experienced team members at First Bank on Arlington Boulevard in Greenville. First Bank, together with our customers, we're creating a world where individuals and communities thrive. Member FDIC.
Hey Pirate Nation, Lindsay Gray here with Carolina Caliber. In 1960, my granddaddy started his firearm business right here in Eastern NC. Still family owned and operated, we have the area's largest selection for outdoor shooting sports and accessories and are one of the nation's top firearm dealers. At Carolina Caliber, we have everything you need from hunting, home defense, and personal protection, including a wide variety for ladies and youth. We buy, sell, and trade. It's a time-honored tradition. Visit us at Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville.
Although innovative new resources such as digital media and social networks have grown in popularity, smart marketers recognize that printing is a mainstay.
We live in an age of computer hacking, scams, and fly-by-night businesses, so it's reassuring to consumers when they receive printed marketing pieces.
It exemplifies business confidence and conveys a high level of commitment.
It also fosters trust, which leads to engagement and ultimately brand loyalty.
When you're ready to grow your business, come to PIP, where business goes to grow.
University PC Care has been the Pirate Nation's go-to IT expert since 2006. Your office deserves a proactive tech support approach instead of always reacting to issues after the damage is done. You need BizCare. BizCare tech support and cybersecurity plans keep you ahead of potential issues and much safer from cyber threats like ransomware. What's at your office? Call William today to schedule your free BizCare consultation or learn more at universitypccare.com.
Chico's Mexican Restaurant is the home of the best margaritas. Grab your amigos and head to Chico's every Tuesday for the Gulf of Mexico, a huge 38-ounce lime margarita for only $7.99. On Thursdays, relax and enjoy half-price pitchers of Chico's house margaritas. Choose from lime, strawberry, blood orange, raspberry, or peach. For Mexican food and fun, it's got to be Chico's Mexican Restaurant in downtown Greenville and online at chicosrestaurant.com. Chico's, where the fiesta never ends.
This is Mark Washington with Max Sports Performance at Max Fitness. Our facility has reopened and is following all safety protocols. The best thing you can do to strengthen your immune system is, of course, to work out and exercise on a regular basis. I can assist you as your performance coach. You can also enjoy the benefits of a private facility. Avoid the crowds and work out at Max Fitness. Now is the time to get healthy. Max Fitness, just off Highway 43 in the old Ace Hardware building behind Speedway in Greenville. Call me, Mark Washington, 902-4877.
This is Coach Blake Carroll, defense coordinator for East Carolina football, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. At Angelo, they continue to make customer service a number one priority. A local mortgage advisor is the key to your transaction success. The combination of their local team's experience and Angel Oak's wide offerings of products from standard conventional, government, and portfolio loans has something for every financial situation. For more information, call Talbot Green, Braxton Green, Joanne Weir, or Wanda Hager at 751-2060. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Brock.
All righty, sports trivia coming up Wednesday night, 8 o'clock, AJ McMurphy's. We're going to have fun out there. And let's get warmed up, gang, with a question. This 2009 Bolitnikoff Award winner, 2014 Pro Bowler, and he's also won a Super Bowl in that time span since 2009. Here's his numbers. 695 career receptions, over 8,000 yards, 46 touchdowns. He is now the starting center fielder for the Port Angeles Lefties of the West Coast League. He is switching to baseball. Who is that wide receiver? Played his entire career in the NFC. Most known for his time, I would say, began his career in the NFC West.
Shirley knows nothing. That's the name of the wide receiver.
Went to Notre Dame.
Still don't know.
Floyd. Michael Floyd is incorrect. Golden Tate. Golden Tate is correct. Well done, Chan Man. Wow, Golden Tate has hung up the the football cleats. He played baseball early in his career at Notre Dame. He was drafted twice, declined to sign, and maybe has a second career in baseball.
How old
is
he?
Cool, neat story.
Cool, neat story.
Golden Tate is what I like to call 33 years old.
Interesting.
So,
Interesting indeed.
Maybe you'll see him and Tim Tebow at a ballpark near you. What's Tebow doing now? SEC Network?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, he's out of the minor leagues. That's
Speaking.
Oh.
Make-A-Wish. He's speaking. I tell you what he's doing. He's making somebody's life better. Because he is a good kid.
He's a good guy.
Speaking of Cy Seymour, where's Gary Overton? Is he back yet?
Speaking of Cy Seymour, where's Gary Overton?
They're in the same arena, so to speak.
Yeah.
Although Cy prefers his arena to be Minji's Coliseum.
Hey, now.
But Coach O has been in Corvallis since like 2 weeks ago.
I think he moved there. I think he's got a house.
Should I
held him hostage.
I need to shoot him a message and see if he's okay. Blink twice if you're in danger, Coach O.
In so doing.
Clip.
Clip.
I am now.
Look at my eyes. I'm blinking twice.
I am a beaver.
I am a beaver. I'm leaving it to beaver.
He saw Auburn beat Oregon State.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
The Tigers.
SEC heavy in Omaha this year. What is it, 4 of the 8 teams And you got Texas and Oklahoma?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
So it's Ole Miss, Arkansas, Auburn, and not Florida, not LSU, not Georgia, not Vandy.
Who are we missing?
Not Mississippi State. Not South Carolina.
Not Mizzou.
Not Mizzou. We got to figure this out before we take a break.
And I'm not looking it up.
I'm not looking it up. We're gonna figure this out, folks, together as a team.
SEC,
not Tennessee.
Is it not Florida?
Is it Florida? Yeah, it's not Florida.
I know the two.
Is it 4? Did I get the number wrong?
No, I thought it was 4.
I thought it was too.
Because the non-SEC.
Ole Miss, Arkansas,
Auburn.
Third.
We got them.
And Texas A&M didn't get there.
Somebody tell us. I guess.
No, I think it is Texas A&M. I think that's
right. Texas A&M.
Yeah, I think that's right.
We got it. All right, we got it.
And then it's Oklahoma and Texas, and then it's Stanford and Notre Dame.
There you go. That is the Omaha 8 for 2022.
And it only took us 3 minutes to get there.
So close. Did y'all see what time we would have played if we were there?
Mm-mm.
Friday at 7 o'clock.
Oh man, that hurts.
I know.
That would have been fun.
That would have been awesome.
Would we have done a watch along?
Probably. Would it have
what
been?
Could have been?
Would it have been maybe the most fun we've ever had?
It could have been.
Probably.
Win or lose, it probably would have been.
Even though we did have some fun in the past couple of weeks with the watch-alongs we had 3 watch-alongs for you guys in a week span. Friday against Coppin State. We did Monday for the regional championship against Coastal Carolina, and then we did one on Friday, game 1 against Texas in the Super Regional. Went 3-0 when it came to watch-alongs.
How about this? Notable snubs on NFL Top 100. Christian McCaffrey, not a top 100 player in the NFL.
According to Pete Prisco.
Those are his snubs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Are you not? He's not a snub to you? You don't think he's a top 100 player?
Who, Christian McCaffrey?
Yeah.
If he stays healthy. What did it say? Top 100 player like from last year or like?
The NFL does their top 100. So whatever it is, Christian McCaffrey's not one of the best 100 players in the NFL.
When he's healthy, yes.
They're assuming people are going to be healthy to make this list.
All right, if he's healthy, then yes, he's snubbed.
Terry McLaurin, not on the top 100. I'm more offended about my good friend Aaron Jones being left off that list.
When does the NFL Network do their top?
I'm assuming that's what this is. I don't know. But hey, making lists is stupid. We do it during the summer to give us something to do, so it's fine. It's just for us to talk about. How do you really rank? How do you compare a left tackle to a defensive tackle and say who's better than who? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you really can't do it. I mean, they're basically Big Boomer in it on NFL Network.
And it's getting traction. We're talking about it.
By the way, we need a couple of things, Big Boomer. We need to go over the top 100 long snapper list, which he put out, to tell you how useless and dumb this is. He made a long snapper list.
Smart dude.
Also,
and you know what? People are talking about that long snapper list. People are making arguments.
Slade Roy was like top 15?
He was 24th.
Top 24?
Last year started every single game as a freshman for East Carolina. Found out after the season that he was entering the transfer portal. Everybody's scratching their head. Why is a long snapper entering the transfer portal? Well, because he was going to LSU, where they told him, hey, if you win the job here, I got this information from a former long snapper that used to snap here at East Carolina over the weekend, that he was told, if you come here and win the job, we will give you a full scholarship.
To who?
To Slade Roy, LSU.
And he said, no thanks?
No, he said, I'm going to win that job. And I think he already has won the job at LSU.
Oh, at LSU. Okay, go Tiger. I was confused. He's part of the family. Chad said they do the top 100 from the previous year. Well, who the hell cares about that? Last year's over. Yesterday's history, tomorrow's a mystery. Also, Big Boomer's got his top defensive coordinators, and Blake Harrell's up there.
Comes in at 47.
And I think I'm going to have to start my smear campaign again.
Oh, boy. Saw him over the weekend.
Pulling for Texas, wearing a Texas jersey.
It had horns up. He was horns upping it.
That's not true. Just kidding, people. That's part of the Blake Harrell smear campaign, so no other school will hire him away from East Carolina because we like him and want him to be here. But I did see him push 2 kids down the hill in the jungle.
I did too. And I also saw him. I was going.
One of them was a baby in a stroller.
I was on Charles Boulevard today, and I was going by the ECU practice facility. And they're having kids camp. Watched him push 3 kids
in
the sand pit.
Yeah,
was stomping on them.
I was shopping.
I had to stop the car and say, "Coach, stop!"
I was at the local Winn-Dixie getting my grosh on. He's got his cell phone, speakerphone on.
Oh my God!
Listening to Lil Gotti, Young Gotti, Lil Boo Boo.
Yeah.
Who's our guy that got arrested? Pooh Shiesty.
He is a Pooh Shiesty fan.
He's got Pooh Shiesty blaring, and he's talking to his friend on the phone, on speakerphone.
Where to go?
While pushing 2 carts, taking up all the...
This guy.
Yeah.
And people are looking to hire this guy?
You don't want this guy.
People are looking to hire this guy?
Wow, John Moody. And of course, John Moody works out there. That we're joking about all this, but John actually, facilities, maintenance,
he's around
grounds key, all that stuff. He said Coach Harrell mooned him today as he walked by the practice field.
Wow. Par for the course for Coach.
I mean, you do not want to touch this guy with a 10-foot pole.
No.
So keep him here at East Carolina. All right, let's take a break. We got to get to, we got to talk some fish, man.
Dang.
Let's talk some fish.
Dang.
Big Rock Blue Marlin tournament going on. We're going to talk to a mate on the boat that I like to call Wall Hanger. And we're going to do that with Bryce Williams when we return on Pirate Radio Live on a Tuesday after this.
In studio with Jeff Stein from Brown & Wood. What's new, Jeff?
Everybody's thinking we're having some inventory issues in the car business, which some of it's true. For used vehicles, Brown & Wood has a lifetime powertrain on every vehicle you buy from us, new or used. So even when you buy a used vehicle from Brown & Wood, you have lifetime powertrain. We cover the engine, transmission for as long as you own the car.
Brown & Wood, your #1 dealership in Greenville and the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
Pirate fans, the 2022 football season is going to be one for the record books. East Carolina is coming off a 7-win bowl season, and 2022 is shaping up to be even better. The Pirates need you to pack Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium this fall with a great home slate that includes in-state rival North Carolina State. The American Conference schedule features home games against UCF, Memphis, Houston, and Navy. Season tickets are on sale for as low as $125. Get your tickets today by visiting ECUPirates.com.
This isn't your regular cola, so this isn't your regular cola ad. No beach parties or family barbecues here, just Nitro Pepsi, the first cola ever infused with nitrogen. So forget everything you thought you knew about soda, because that nitrogen gives us a whole new experience. Think an infusion of smaller bubbles for a cola that's got a lighter, smoother texture. And don't get me started on the pour. You don't pour this like any other cola. We're talking turn the can completely upside down and watch as those bubbles cascade into the glass to create a frothy, luxurious foam topping. Can your cola do that? I didn't think so. Unless you've got your own Nitro Pepsi, in which case cheers to your great taste. Because you already know that the only thing better than the pour is the unapologetic cola taste. What else is there to say? From the creamy foam to the smooth texture to its unbelievably delicious flavor, this is cola like you've never had it before. Time to bring your taste buds to the next frontier. New Nitro Pepsi. Smooth, creamy, delicious.
Hi, this is Jeff Charles, and welcome inside the booth. Is it just me, or are we seeing more Major League Baseball players on the injured list this year? We'll have some thoughts right after this.
It's back. The Pirate Radio Football Kickoff Party presented by Bud Light is back on Thursday, September 1st. Before the Pirates host the Pack Labor Day weekend, Pirate Radio will once again be throwing the best party of the year to kick off the football season. And to help us celebrate the start of Pirate Radio's 20th football season, we're excited to announce that this year's entertainment will be the Breakfast Club out of Atlanta, Georgia. Enjoy your summer, and we'll see you Thursday, September 1st. We are Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
Players are dropping like flies this year, and you have to wonder why. There are a dozen theories, especially with pitchers who, by the time they're in their mid-20s, they've already put tremendous stress on shoulders, elbows, biceps, and wrists for 10 years. And then with position players, many of whom are described as thoroughbreds, they break down. I go back to the old guys who smoked cigarettes, drank beer, didn't work out, and just played every day. They were expected to play every day. The game has certainly changed. Players just don't stay as long either for a career, or as we are seeing this year, for a complete season. Come on back again next time, and we'll visit inside the booth.
Thinking about takeout tonight? Familia can make everything real easy for you with a great selection of Italian food and more. Visit FamiliaNC.com to see the full menu featuring pizzas, pastas, salads, and homemade desserts. Place your order online or call 689-6330, and Familia will have your order ready in their convenient drive-thru window for pickup. Finish up a busy day with a great dinner for yourself or your family from Familia. Familia on Fire Tower Road near Pitt Community College.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Quality Equipment is your full-service John Deere dealer with 28 locations to serve you. Quality Equipment is open in Winterville next to Sam's Club, or visit QualityEquip.com to find the location near you. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Brock.
All right, back with you, Pirate Radio Live, hour number 3 of today's program. We got Bryce Williams joining us inside the Pirate Radio studios. He is a celebrity guest. He is also now working behind the scenes as a guest booker on the show. As Bryce, good to see you. How you doing, man?
Good. How are y'all doing?
Doing great, man. And it is Big Rock Blue Marlin fishing tournament time down at Morehead City, and action going on day 2, I believe, right now.
Yep,
and
day 2.
Do we have on the line Shirley? Not yet. Okay,
It's supposed to wait till close to 5:15. It's not quite ready yet.
Well, good. We can do our pre-discussion.
Yeah.
So, Bryce, we are going to talk to Dylan Rudy, who is a mate on the boat wall hanger.
Mm-hmm.
And yesterday, they brought in a biggin.
Yep. I'm pretty sure it was the wife of the owner of the boat, Stacy Allen. I won't go into detail how big the fish was. I'll let Dylan explain all that. It's a big deal. Especially to catch a fish on the first day of that stature. They were close to being fabulous fishermen. And Dylan can explain all that too as well, so I don't give too much away. But those the blue marlin are not an easy fish to catch, and fortunately, they were to catch one. I was talking to Stacey, and she said she felt like she got in a car wreck just because of the fight and all that stuff. And yet again, Dylan can explain how long and how everything played out. But so it's exciting stuff. I know a buddy of mine fishes on that boat. Grimes Medlin is his name, and he was able. So thanks to Grimes for getting that connection, obviously, because I was going to talk to him. He said, "Well, how about talking to Dylan or Stacy and all that?" And I said, "Well, yeah, sure." So Grimes was a big help, and he made that happen. So thankful for his cooperation.
All right, good deal. And this is cool, Bryce. They have a live stream that you can watch on YouTube. I walked into AJ's yesterday, and they had it on the TV in there, and said that's pretty neat. So you can watch them as they come in. You can keep up with it on Twitter, probably a number of different ways. But I know, that if something's coming in, you can check it out on the live feed and see what's going on out there. So is there right now? They're in second.
Right now, I guess as far as heaviest blue marlin, they're in second.
Is there a prize for like the first one that comes in?
Oh yeah. There's.
Did they get that?
No, they were. I guess I don't know if they were close on time. It's the first fish to. Like I said, he can explain sort of fabulous fisherman. But yeah, they're right now they're still in second, which obviously if that happens, they'll still be standing pretty good in some winnings.
And how many days? And we'll get into this too, but you have to take some days off. Is that correct?
Yeah, they call that a lay day, and I think it's only just one lay day. So I don't know how many boats obviously took it today, but I think weather is kind of a reasoning to take a lay day. For most crews.
So they were there yesterday, but you might have said this. Is today a lay day for them?
I think so. At least my buddy Grimes, who fished on there, said he's on land today. So,
all right.
I think this might be their land.
I'm going to ask too how he feels about Michael Jordan being in it. Does he feel like this is a gimmick and an outsider is approaching on his fishing turf, or is it cool raising more eyeballs and things like that?
I would definitely say for those guys, because Michael Jordan is a pretty avid fisherman, because that is like his boat. I think Catch 23, and so I think it is a good thing for the tournament for sure.
So it'd be different if it was another big time celebrity who was just there to kind of. Make an appearance,
possibly, yeah. If Michael Jordan, I think, has some legitimacy to, his fishing and things like that. So yeah, if it was some random celebrity like Pete Davidson or whatever.
Did you hear us talking about that?
No, I just thought about the most unlikely person to probably be on a sport fish. So his name popped up.
Wait, that's kind of weird.
So yesterday we were talking about how like random celebrities would join in, like. Kind of
I don't know
following
why.
Michael Jordan.
I don't even know who this guy is, but I said Machine Gun Kelly. Like I just named a name,
and then I said Pete Davidson,
and then he said Pete Davidson.
Oh, did you? No,
that was creepy.
Yeah.
So yeah, that would be the weirdest guy we could imagine on a boat out there.
Yeah,
Pete Davidson. All right, so we will talk about that, Bryce. Unfortunately, we'd probably be wall-to-wall baseball if things went different this weekend. But Texas knocking off ECU. How much did you keep up with that?
I kept up pretty well.
You kept up with it Friday. You were watching us for a little bit.
Yeah, I was watching you all Friday on the way to the beach. I paid attention to it Saturday for the most part. And, that was obviously a letdown, a bummer, I guess you could say, to sort of have that lead they had. And that late in the game as well. So to let that one slip away was definitely a huge bummer. And then obviously Sunday was the whole debacle with the rain delays. I saw 6 hours, some delays.
It was
which is tough too. And then obviously they ended up 11-1. So obviously no doubt the guys did the best they could and had a great season. I know they were more hopeful to finish out the weekend on top, but overall, I'm sure the baseball fanatics and jungle was still pleased with the way.
Dude, it was awesome, man. Yeah. It was compared to football Saturdays.
Wow.
The purple gold chants felt like you were in Dowdy Ficklin.
Wow,
it was pretty unique to be out there.
Goodness,
got me excited for football.
Oh yeah, I knew several people that were out there. My buddy, my I guess future brother-in-law Jordan. He
can be your buddy.
Yeah, buddy. I guess so. I guess I wanted to be more proper, but yeah. But my, buddy, my future. Did I say son-in-law?
You said brother-in-law.
Oh, brother-in-law.
Yeah.
He played baseball. At High Point, I think it was. He's a big baseball fan, but I think had some buddies. So he was in the jungle, keeping us up to date and everything like that. So it was cool to have some insider. Things like that. He was definitely, I guess you could say, impressed with the atmosphere of the jungle.
Awesome, yeah, everybody was, and it was a lot of fun. Unfortunately, it kind of wraps it up for East Carolina athletics for 2021, 2022, and coming up next, football. In fact, wrapped up pole vaulting last Thursday, Bryce.
Wow.
I watched Summer Knight participate in the pole vaulting national championships.
Oh, wow.
And she finished 9th, which I know she wanted better than that, but to say you're the 9th best women's pole vaulter in the country is pretty
in the
cool.
country. Yeah, that's pretty good out of how many there possibly are. So.
What was your? What would you run? Hurdles.
I was hurdles in high school.
You ever think about the pole vault?
No, I would just fool around at practice, and one, I think I was too big for the stick or pole, whatever it was.
Yeah,
and I was like, how in the world do they do that?
I know
it blows my mind how they do that.
It is insane. We had her on the show, and she said she used, I want to say, like a gymnastics background. You got to be, flexible. You got to be. Yeah. I mean, she's in tremendous shape, and because it's kind of crazy to like wake up and say, I want to be a pole vaulter.
Yeah.
And how do you practice at home? Just grab a log in the yard and go to town. I guess. All right, Shirley, see if we can connect with Dylan Rudy, and we'll talk some Big Rock Blue Marlin fishing tournament going on.
I want to ask Bryce this: have you seen Top Gun?
Oh yeah.
Are you going with the Maverick?
Hey, no, the Rooster.
Are you going?
So I kind of just grow my mustache out, like just kind of to be a loser, or not a loser, but just weird. And Anna normally tells me to shave it because it looks ridiculous. She said, "Well, it looks like it's getting a little thicker."
Oh,
like, you just keep on going. I'm like, I'll ride this thing out. So, but it does, and she has a crush on the guy on the Rooster, the main thing. So I was like, well, heck, if anything, to make her like me more. So I guess
I noticed the little stash going there.
Yeah, well, hey, if you can notice it from this far away, I'm doing something right.
There you go. All right, Shirley Rhodes giving us the thumbs up. Let's go out to the Pirate Radio live line and welcome on to the show Dylan Rudy. He is a mate fishing in the Big Rock Blue Marlin tournament on the boat Wall Hanger, and they caught a big one on Monday. He joins us now. Dylan, appreciate your time. How you doing, man?
Yes, sir. Doing good. How about y'all?
Doing fantastic. And Dylan, let's talk about yesterday. Bryce, what's the first question we should ask? You want to know about the fight?
I guess, yeah. How long did y'all fight the Marlin for?
Let's see. We ended up, I think, right around 7 hours.
Goodness gracious! And Stacy was in the chair the whole time.
Yep.
Goodness gracious!
All by herself.
Wow. So what is going on during that fight, Dylan? 7 hours. That is a full day. That's a work day. So what are you doing that entire time as you're reeling this thing in?
It is. Man, a lot of it, I mean, we started out, the fish ate and did its initial run and kind of went up on top, and then it went down initially and right after that first initial run, and then we tried to get up to it, got probably half the spool back. I mean, it took 500 yards of line or so, and we ended up getting a bunch of it back, and then the fish went down deep and just stayed there. And once it did that, we had still about a spool out. And when that happened, that fish went down and just was stubborn. It stayed there, and we just had to inch by inch, crank by crank, getting that thing up, trying to budge it up. And I mean, the whole time, we tried pivoting the boat, we tried moving around on the fish different ways. A couple hours in, once we knew that we had some weight on the fish, and we weren't sure if it had gone down and got tail wrapped and died, or it was still fighting. We thought we felt the fish the whole time, so it felt like it was still alive and still kicking. And we just, the tensions get high for sure. With Stacy being in the chair, she did a great job, but it's obviously trying to figure out ways to move the fish around and get it up inch by inch and do whatever we can to get that thing moving. But it got to a point where we even had to put the reel in low gear, and just so she could get some cranks on it. And with half a spool out, we really just got up one crank at a time, inches. And it was just a game of inches for the last, 5 or 6 hours of the whole fight.
Goodness gracious. And then when you talk about, so for some of the people that may not know how many yards those, I guess y'all fishing 80 wides?
Those ones are 130s.
Goodness gracious. How many yards of line do those hold?
On that one, there's probably maybe 600 or 700 yards, give or take.
Wow. So he was definitely close to the end of that spool for sure. Goodness gracious, I can't imagine knowing how far that fish has gone, and then to have to reel that in inch by inch. And then I know pressure on the hook is an important thing, but is it not too much pressure? Is that right?
I mean, we were fishing 30 pounds of drag. I mean, there was plenty of pressure on it, but when you got that much line out too, there's near about double the drag at the fish. So the more line that's out, the more pressure there is. And I mean, it definitely puts your tackle to the test for sure.
Gracious, did you tie those knots?
I'm sorry.
Oh, I said, were those? Did you tie those knots on that setup?
I did.
There we go. I'm sure that always makes you proud when you know when your knots and your setup hold up to a fish like that.
No, it's a good feeling. It's definitely nerve-wracking right there in the moment. Hoping, obviously, fingers crossed that everything holds up, and especially when you get into it a couple hours in, and you don't really know how long it could go, but it definitely puts it to the test.
Dylan Rudy joining us. So, and Bryce, we talked last week about how it's a bit of a crapshoot. You kind of know what you got, but it is an uneasy feeling going up there, not knowing the weight and everything.
For sure.
So how about that, Dylan? When you've got this thing on the hook, I think you said it came to the top. So did you get a look at it? Did you know you were doing something that was going to put you on the standings, put you on the board there?
I mean, initially we saw the fish on the bite, so we saw it on the left short and came in on that, tried to eat it. Popped it out of the clip, missed it, and then I threw a pitch back to it, a pitch bait mackerel, and when I did that, before I could even get that back to it, it faded around on the left long, and we could just see it paddling back behind that, and it was there for just a few seconds, and it ate that, and that's what we hooked it on. So we didn't really have a clear shot of the size. I mean, it looked like a good fish from what we could see, but by the time it bit and then did its run, and I was clearing everything, a couple of them saw it jump once or twice, and then it just stayed down from there. So we didn't get a real good look at it in the size. But like I said, once we got into the fight and we were a couple hours in, you could feel kind of that pressure and the weight on it. I mean, we knew that it at least had some size to it, whether it was tail wrapped and dead or whatever the situation was. We caught one Ladies' Day on Saturday that was probably 300, 350. And, I mean, we caught that one in an hour and 10 minutes. And Stacy caught that one too. And, we were kind of comparing it to that. And an hour and 10 minutes bringing that thing up. We were like, okay, we're even if we're in the same situation, if it's tail wrapped or whatever, there's still some weight to this fish. Got some size, no doubt.
Goodness gracious. I was going to say, like, when that, obviously from a distance you can tell obviously it's obviously a big fish, but when it gets to the boat, because y'all have to be at least 400 pounds, correct, to take it to the scales?
Yeah, it's 400 pounds or 110 inches.
110 inches. So when that fish gets to the boat, who's making that call? As far obviously you and the captain making that call. Look, this fish is that size, or do y'all try and pull a tape in those conditions to see if it's big enough?
Yeah, we have measuring sticks that we use. We set ours as 108 inches, I believe, and so we have it set up on a rod with a squid on the end, and you hold that over there, and you lean over and have to control that fish and try to get an accurate measurement of where you think it's going to be. And this one, I mean, it was in the water, it was close, but the fish is bent, and then the boat's moving and rocking and everything else. So you do your best with that judgment, and I mean, between me and Brian and making the call of what you think the best thing to do is, and we obviously decided to take it, and then it ended up being 112 inches, I believe, 112 and a half.
Goodness gracious.
So once we got in the boat and got that measurement, it was a sigh of relief it being over that 110 inches.
Oh, I guarantee it. I'm assuming, and obviously, how was y'all's conditions on Monday? Because obviously measuring a fish, I'm assuming after 7 hours, that fish, I wouldn't say was it wasn't green, with a lot of energy, so I'm hoping it made it a little easier. But with that boat rocking, how was y'all's conditions on Monday?
It wasn't too bad. I mean, the fishing, we fished an hour, and the conditions, it was blowing, I don't know what it was, 15 knots or so. It wasn't too bad fishing, and then once we got the bite, we were trying to stay down sea of it, and then we would try, like I told you, tried to switch around and move around on it a couple times, but it wasn't bad. I mean, it really wasn't too bad out there.
I guess it's that's good. I guess it's definitely not your first rodeo, blue marlin fishing.
No, I've been doing it since 2017.
Oh wow! So you got some experience. Have you been on Gamekeeper the whole time?
The wall hanger?
Oh, I'm sorry,
We're watching it live.
We're watching it live. I'm sorry. And a friend of mine, gamekeeper, just pulled up to the scales, and so I apologize. But yeah, wall hanger. Have you been on there since 2017?
No, so I actually just started with him 2 months ago.
Oh wow!
Yesterday was my second day even fishing with him.
Oh wow! So dang, well you put on I guess you.
So you're a mate for hire, like a free agent, and now that you caught another one, you're going to get a big price next year, right?
Yeah, well, I'm full time with them.
Awesome.
That's my full time job. Yeah.
So we're watching live, and Bryce, we saw a dolphin come in. We got a wahoo here.
Mm-hmm.
So Dylan, are these boats specifically going for that type of fish? Like, are you out there only for the blue marlin, or could you catch something else? How does that work?
I mean, yeah, it's obviously primarily a blue marlin tournament, but they have other categories within the tournament with game fish divisions. So tuna, dolphin, wahoo. They have daily prizes and the weekly prizes.
Oh, nice.
Out there, you'll catch those out there catching blue marlins as well.
Oh wow! So y'all, I guess since y'all are sitting obviously pretty, sitting pretty in second place, did y'all get into the game fish category, or are y'all solely into the blue marlin, hoping to get something bigger?
Yeah, we're in it all. We're entered in it all. But actually, yesterday obviously we fished for an hour. That was our only bite. So.
Wow. Okay. Now are y'all gonna sort of try and get into maybe try and catch some big game fish, or still just go for blue marlin?
Probably both. I mean, we'll see. Hopefully, maybe if we get lucky, we can even top that. That's what we'll go after. But hopefully try and catch game fish at the same time while we're doing it.
You may have mentioned this, Dylan. I apologize if you did. How long is the ride out and in, or was it yesterday after you caught the fish? How long did it take you to get back to the dock?
Well, I think I heard him say when we picked up to come back in, we were 60 miles or so, I think, from the inlet. It took us probably 2 hours, give or take.
Oh, wow. So it's a full day.
Fish carried us, I think, what did he say, 8 or 9 miles, I believe.
Right.
We hooked up, and then, moving up north with the current pushed us a little bit further away when we were fighting the fish. But there wasn't too much current out there. I mean, maybe less than a knot where we were at.
Oh, goodness gracious. And y'all are, the wall hanger's new boat, that's the jet drive, isn't it?
Yep, that's right.
Good deal. Now, what are y'all running speed-wise on that?
On pretty days, we can run 40-knot cruise.
Oh, wow.
Usually. Yesterday, we were probably doing 35 knots, give or take, on the way in.
Yeah, oh, yeah, I guess you had a few extra poundage on there.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Dylan, I didn't know until, I think last year we were talking about it, that the Big Rock is just one of tournaments that go on during the summer. So how many of these do you fish in per year?
So I think we've got maybe 10 or 12 on the schedule. We've got most of the ones here in Moorhead that are in town. And then we'll travel up to Pirates Cove. We'll fish the White Marlin Open, which is out of Ocean City, the first week of August, and then we'll do Pirates Cove and then Virginia Beach Billfish Tournament after that. So those are 3 weeks in a row in August.
A couple more and we'll let you run. We were talking to Bryce about this earlier. So Michael Jordan gets some headlines no matter where he is. That includes Moorhead City at the Big Rock. And I wanted to ask you, so this is you do this. Do you feel like MJ's an outsider coming into your world, or do you like it? Do you like the extra attention it brings? And Bryce, when I asked him, said Michael Jordan is an avid fisherman, so he's not just some Joe off the street. But what do you think about MJ and his notoriety being there?
No, I think it's great. I mean, I think it's cool. Obviously, being a UNC guy, he's got some, somewhat of his stomping grounds. I think it's super cool, to have him here. And I think when he fished it for the first time, it's either last year or the year before that, I remember them saying, and him saying, his crowd and his boat saying, "Oh, we'll be back for sure." So it sounds like they enjoyed it. I think it's pretty cool to have him in town.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, Dylan, congratulations, man. Appreciate you joining us today. Good luck the rest of the way for you guys. And I really enjoyed talking with you, man. We appreciate it.
Yeah, buddy, most definitely.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all. I appreciate it, man.
All right, Dylan Rudy joining us, wallbanger and wall hanger. I'm sorry. Damn, Bryce, you messed up first and I did it second. Wall hanger, and we better get the name right because they're second right now in that blue marlin category. And that's good stuff. He was speaking your language there.
Yeah,
I feel like I learned a thing or two as well.
Oh yeah, he, he was calling left short, left long. That's obviously,
I didn't know what that was.
That's like in your spread, you kind of stagger your rods certain distances into the water. So I was catching that. I've obviously never done the whole blue marlin thing, but it was cool to obviously talk to him. And
he said he had 7 football fields worth of line. Is that right? Did you say 700?
600 to 700 yards worth of line. And of course, he was talking about drag, which he's talking about 30 pounds of drag. That's kind of in a different category. For me, like when you say 30 pounds, I'm thinking, I look at 30 pounds and weight, and I'm like, it's nothing. But I guess when you're taking into real, so that stuff I'm not as tuned into as far as drag purposes. But hearing him talk is definitely fun, and obviously it kind of flows when you get fishermen together and stuff like that. So that was cool. I'm glad he was able to come on for sure.
So Jonathan Ellerbe has caught a blue marlin. Bryce Williams has not. But how about that? That was cool to see those other fish come up, the dolphin and the wahoo. You've caught them?
Oh yeah, I've caught dolphin and wahoo. And that was cool. That was Jay's friend Parrish Sasser, who actually I saw Saturday, whatever day, this weekend. This weekend.
He got him a wahoo.
He got him a wahoo, so I'm assuming, I'm not sure where that stands as far as standings in the game fish category, but that's obviously cool for him to be the angler and to catch a 42-pound wahoo.
Cool stuff. Bryce Williams joining us. Shirley Rhodes. Let's open up the booty bag and make somebody a winner.
Booty, 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 booty everywhere. Booty, 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 booty everywhere.
All right, 317-1250. We will make you a winner. Shirley, what do you want to give away today?
How about a pair of tickets to a Down East Wood Ducks? Wood Bucks, yeah.
Ball banger.
Wood Ducks baseball game.
We're all mixing up our words.
I know,
all right, hey, more baseball to watch, folks, right down the road in Kinston at historic Granger Stadium. What call are you looking for, Shirley?
12.
All right, caller 12, 317-1250. We're back with
Hey Pirate fans, this is Cliff Godwin. Summer is upon us, and I want to invite you to attend our CG23 Youth Camp here at East Carolina University. We will offer 3 sessions of camp. All camps will be held at Clark LeClaire Stadium, and campers will get baseball instruction from the ECU baseball staff and players. Campers will play games each day, and each camp ends with our famous Pirate Slip and Slide. Full day and half day sessions offered. For more information, visit cliffgodwinbaseballcamp.com. See you there, and go Pirates!
Hello, Eastern North Carolina. If you're looking for a great place to work with competitive pay and advancement opportunities, Pitt County Schools is hiring. We employ over 3,000 people, and we're one of the largest employers in Pitt County. Pitt County Schools is currently seeking teachers, bus drivers, school nutrition personnel, facility staff, custodians, clerical staff, and more. We offer advanced leadership opportunities for our educators and competitive pay for our skilled labor force. Come work for a diverse, thriving school system and be an important part of ensuring success for the students of Pitt County who are the future of Eastern North Carolina. To fill out an application, visit our website today at pittschools.org. That's pittschools.org, or go directly to our job postings at bit.ly/PCS employment. That's bit.ly/PCS employment. Pitt County Schools, engaging, empowering, and elevating every student and every staff member every single day.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
The 80s and 90s were filled with obnoxiously loud styles. Dudes wore crop tops and super high shorts and rocked it with the confidence of 10,000 Sean Connerys and Tom Sellecks combined. And at Tailgate Classics, their mission is to bring that energy back. Locally owned and operated by ECU alum Cam Higley, Tailgate Classics has a unique line of vintage and retro tees, polos, jerseys, hats, and more. Go by the store today at 304 Evans Street in Greenville and check out their website at shoptailgateclassics.com.
I'm Sam Jones, and for more than 3 generations, my folks have kept the fires burning for Eastern North Carolina Whole Hog Barbecue. At Sam Jones, you'll find our smokehouse pumping out wood-fired meats, cooked fresh every single day. There are no freezers at our place. Everything, and we mean everything, is made fresh daily, including our sides, sweets, and sauces. Stop in and see us, and I bet you'll be able to taste our passion in just one bite. At Sam Jones Barbecue, you'll find plenty of smoke, but no mirrors.
Join us at Purple Blossom Yoga Studio, Greenville's premier yoga studio, for our wide array of classes, including restorative, power, hot yoga, and more. We even fly into the weekend with our aerial yoga workshops. New to our studio? Check out our special for new yogis. 3 classes for only $30. Check out our website or social media for all the information and up-to-date schedules at Purple Blossom Yoga Studio. Purple Blossom Yoga, where your health and mindset collide and help you transform to a new you.
Hi, I'm Annalie Newhoff.
And I'm Rob Campbell.
And we are with CopyPro. We have been locally owned and operated here in Eastern North Carolina for almost 50 years. CopyPro is the leader in office technology.
Does your business struggle with keeping printing costs low or producing professional documents? Here at CopyPro, total customer satisfaction is our #1 priority.
We have a variety of solutions to help reduce your printing expenses and make your business more productive. Call us today at 1-800-682-6558 or online at copypro.net.
CopyPro, we are the professional office systems people.
This is Carson Wissenhunt, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Quality Equipment is your full-service John Deere dealer with 28 locations to serve you. Quality Equipment is open in Winterville next to Sam's Club, or you can visit online at qualityequip.com to find the location near you. And congratulations to Robert Matthews of Ahoskie. Won a pair of tickets to a Down East Wood Ducks baseball game. Of course, baseball is back in Kinston, and you can get single game tickets and check out all the fun promotions that they've got planned this season at woodducksbaseball.com. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Rock.
Alrighty, back with you here on Pirate Radio Live. Shout out to our Bryce is doing it all today. He's a guest. He's a host. He's a guest booker. Chandler and I both said, great job, Bryce. You carried that interview because you knew what you were talking about.
Well, I appreciate that, guys.
But I don't like that you did that. Like now people know what it's like to have a knowledgeable interviewer talking to people. But no, that was great, man. And thank you to Dylan Rudy for joining us. And he had some good insight on what all goes on out there and first-hand knowledge because they caught a big one yesterday. They're second right now in the standings in the Blue Marlin field, right?
Yep. Yeah, that was interesting. Obviously, I can't imagine we get all fired up when we're offshore, like when we hook a wahoo or dolphin or king. I get, oh boy, and I mean all this, and they got a lot of money on the line, and you're dealing with 500+ pound fish, a fish that can get into 1,000 pounds, so it exceed 1,000 pounds, and obviously it's not wahoo, dolphin. You can kind of hold your own. With things like that, like with grabbing the leader or flipping them or gaffing them. But when you have a fish of that size, it's literally like it can be really dangerous because, you get your hand, if you're not wrapping that leader around just right to be able to release, that fish can take off. And if you get caught in, you can get yanked in. And, it can get dangerous out there. So you definitely have to know what you're doing when you're, doing that kind of fishing.
And they said 7-hour fight, 2 hours to get back in. I'm assuming around 2 to get out there, right?
I think lines are in at 8.
Yeah.
And then
so we're at 11 hours just with that.
Lines are out. Lines are in at 8 and then out at 3. Obviously, if you're hooked up, you can prolong that.
Yeah.
And that's a big deal. When you're fighting a fish,
if you're hooked up, is there a cutoff time?
No. If you're hooked up, just until it's done. Like I remember a fish last year. I think they fought it well into 8 hours, maybe a little farther or longer, and ended up pulling the hook. That would be sickening.
Yeah.
to have that happen. So even then, you pushing 7 hours, gear could get frayed, from the fish's tail, and the line could get frail and all that with the fish's tail, or tail wrapped is what we call it, because there's so much line out, there's potential for that line to wrap around the fish's tail, and then obviously that calls for the fish to obviously die and things like that. So yeah, it's like I said, it's a big deal out there.
Josh said there were 40 boats fishing today. Robert, I almost did this, but I thought it would be too hacky. He said ask him if he's got his fishing license, because there was a boat years back that lost millions because one guy didn't have his fishing license. I remember that. We talked about it extensively here on Pirate Radio that year.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to remember when that was, but I know you would think sport boats like that, most of the time there could be like a blanket license, like the whole, if you're on that vessel, like that boat has its license, so everybody should, I would think, be able to fish that, even if you don't have your license. But I mean, in general, if you just do basic fishing, regardless, it's obviously good to have your license. But I'm assuming everybody was good there. And he texted me or told me, because they take polygraphs.
You said that.
So he didn't have to do that, because I was worried we'd have to push it back, because he said he may have to do it, but he didn't.
Now, what is the reasoning for that again? Asking about cheating stuff?
Yeah, just cheating stuff.
I wish I'd asked him about that. That's what questions do they ask?
Oh yeah, because I don't know if they've got more strict on just with cameras. There's cameras on board. I think there may not be a person on every vessel. That's watching, or referees, whatever you call it. But it would have been cool to get into sort of some of that technicalities of the rules and what's the standard, and if the whole if that gaff clears the plane of the gunnel wall, it's like then you got to commit to it, or it's little things like that. That would have been interesting to hear firsthand.
We called that stream at a good time. There were boats coming in, fish up there, and now it's we're just watching water and a few guys sitting on the dock. Yeah, I was like, man, there's a lot of action going on. Yeah, and now it's kind of calmed down a little bit.
Yeah, it's neat when you obviously if you follow on their
app.
Yeah, following on the app, they'll say
Twitter account.
They'll say so and so is coming in at this time. Arranged ETA that the app, and says hook. Give everybody who's hooked up, or who's pulled hook, or who's who's boated. What's
there's a lot of communication going on, because they say when somebody's hooked, when they release, when they're coming in. Okay, we got something going here.
Y'all saw what happened Saturday during the ladies tournament with the boat backing down.
Was that when they hit each other?
When the May, I guess it is, was pulling out. I guess current rips through there, because there was boats filled up in there. Current ripping through there, it gets rough, and I guess the current took them. And the cricket on Jaws, the boat that they fish on Jaws.
Oh yeah.
Well, there's a cricket too that fishes out of there. It's the old looking boat, and goodness gracious, that I guess I forgot what Jay calls it, but it's almost like a long plank that's probably 12, 15 feet, stretches out across the bow of the boat. And that boat, the sport fish, hit into it, busted the side glass, broke the outrigger, and I was like, because we saw them, because we were on the sandbar, or the little beach that is on the waterfront, saw them come in, and then when they were coming back in, we saw the glass busted, the outrigger thing. I said, what in the world happened there? And I was like, goodness gracious, that was definitely an expensive trip for that day. On top of
yeah, no doubt. So how close were you to all this stuff? So you were
I was back this way, probably 200 yards or so, on the same waterfront.
Cool.
You could see all the boats and stuff, and there was a bunch out there.
All right, what are we gonna get here, Bryce? Let's see what we got. We got somebody at the dock here. This is live play-by-play of the Big Rock YouTube stream.
Well, it's not a marlin, because they're obviously in the keel box, ice box, whatever you want to call it, because the marlin's not fitting in there. If it is, then that's.
Where do you put the marlin when you're bringing it up?
They're
just laying on.
They must have like a entry. I think got big wahoo.
Then we got us a wahoo.
If that succeeds 42 pounds, well, that looks like a pretty good one.
Are they about to beat your buddy?
They might be.
All right, we got some drama here. As we watch this, and we'll give you the weight on it and the length on it. Are they looking at length or
weight? Oh, okay. For Wahoo.
You done any fishing since we last talked to you?
Oh yeah, we went fishing, and me and Jake, we went fishing Saturday, and it was 7 of us on one of Jake's buddies' boats, and has his son and stuff. But we had an exciting trip. We kind of had gear set up to catch kind of bigger Spanish and things like that, live baiting, and well, needless to say, we got into, I guess, some bigger fish. We ended up catching a 42-inch cobia, which I've never been on a boat and caught a cobia, or caught a cobia in that matter. So that was exciting to have that cobia caught. And I mean, it was within the first seconds of the lines getting water in both lines. So both rods went off. So we're thinking, oh man, we're doubled up. And we brought the first cobia, came up, and then a second one was even bigger. And I was like, oh dang, we've hooked up. And I'm sitting there looking at a spinning reel with a bucktail on it that you can pitch to them. Because I didn't think none of it because I thought we were hooked up. And they're like, wait, where'd that one go? Well, the cobia that they hooked ate both baits. So it's like almost, if I would have known that, I could have pitched that bait to them and hooked onto the fish, which would have been awesome to do. We probably broke off, goodness, I bet a dozen times, or pulled hook of bigger fish, caught some big amberjack. I fought one for probably 15 minutes because I was on ladder tackle. I'm like, all right, let's get this thing in. And then we see color, and then end up pulling the hook. And I was like, dadgummit. But it was good. And then we caught 3 grouper. So that was it was a good day.
There you go.
All before lunchtime.
I mean, that's a heck of a morning for you. All right, so I think it said 40, 46.
Oh,
they got your buddy. Man.
Bummer.
The rare breed brings in
in game fish category, that wins some money now.
All right, let's get another break in. We'll come back more with Bryce Williams here on Pirate Radio Live on a Tuesday. Back with you after this.
Christie's Europub is the perfect place to relax, grab a bite, and enjoy a drink. Located in the heart of Greenville and just a few blocks from ECU's campus, Christie's offers lunch, dinner, and late night with live music every Sunday. Come and have brunch Monday through Friday from 11 to 3 or Saturday and Sunday from 11 to 4. Scratch cooking takes time, so relax and enjoy a pint at Christie's Europub today. For the latest information, check them out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, or visit them online at christieseuropub.com.
America's favorite light beer, Bud Light, is also the official beer of the ECU Pirates. When planning your fun times at the pool, river, beach, or backyard grilling, be sure to pick up some Bud Light at your favorite retailer. Bud Light carefully brews their beer to be perfect for anywhere there is fun, because when there's fun, Bud Light is there. Have fun this summer, Pirate Nation, and always stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989.
The best burgers around. Everyone loves a thick, juicy, and fresh burger. Tiebreakers in Greenville, plus the all-new Tiebreakers in Winterville, do real burgers better than anybody. So don't just go to any burger-themed restaurant chain. It's time to break the chain and eat local. Tiebreakers, real burgers at its best.
Everybody loves burgers. The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Avoid the long check-in lines and congestion at the big airports and fly local at PGV. Fast, convenient, and close to home, PGV has more American Airlines flights. Book today at aa.com. PGV, where the Pirates fly.
Make a splash with Bassett Triple Summer Savings from Bostic Sugg Furniture. Hot looks, cool styles. Kick back, relax, and upgrade your seats and save. Buy any regular price Bassett recliner, sofa, or sectional and get $50 to $150 off every additional seat with free local delivery plus 12-month special financing. Shop our wide selection on in-stock bedrooms, dining rooms, and other living rooms. And save the sales tax and get free local delivery now at Bostic Sugg Furniture.
North Carolina State Parks is proud to announce that they have partnered with the Hometown Strong program. Our visitor centers are now equipped with public Wi-Fi to help kids with school. Remote learning has become a critical public health measure in maintaining social distance and continuing to educate our young people. Take advantage of Wi-Fi and a hike at Goose Creek State Park or a day trip to the beach and access remote learning at Fort Macon State Park. For more information, visit hometownstrong.nc.gov.
Pepper, oh no, they didn't! Papa John's just took their signature pepperoni and hand-stuffed it inside that garlic-kissed crust. Oh, now that's an epic pepperoni stuffed crust pizza like no mouth has ever seen!
Hey, Pirate fans, the Papa John's Epic Pepperoni Stuffed Crust One-Topping Pizza is only $13.99 and is an MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, the official pizza of the ECU Pirates.
Have you ever seen those exotic aquariums like the guys do in Las Vegas on television? You ever thought about having one of these aquariums in your business? It's more affordable than you think. This is Hal Pruitt with rentafishtank.com. We can make having an aquarium in your business turnkey with no work, cleaning, or hassles for you. Rentafishtank.com creates a relaxing atmosphere and keeps children occupied. Rentafishtank.com already services many dental, pediatric, and doctor offices, plus hospitals and senior living centers. Check us out at rentafishtank.com.
Pirate Radio.
We'll strap it on with anybody, anywhere. It doesn't matter. I know this. I want to win or lose with the group that we have in our locker room.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Do you want to get rid of wrinkles? How about tighten and lift your skin? Smooth and get rid of unwanted hair. Are you interested in Botox or filler? Contact the licensed professionals at Beauty Bar Medi-Spa on Red Banks Road in Greenville. For free consultations are available by calling 752-1406 or visit beautybarmedispa.com for more information. Enjoy your visit. Love your transformation. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Rock.
Alrighty, back with you here, Pirate Radio Live. Thanks to Dylan Rudy for joining us on the program from the boat wall hanger called a Blue Marlin yesterday, and he gave us all the details with our interviewer Bryce Williams joining us here, getting some great answers with some great questions. You mentioned you went to the movies, so you went to the movie theater, right, to see the new Top Gun?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I haven't been in the movie theater in forever, but I was thinking about, do you remember the first movie you ever saw in the movie theater? Because I think I remember mine.
God. I don't think so.
So I can't believe I remember this. This might be a false memory. I have to ask I'm pretty sure this is right, though. So I wasn't even 6 years. I was about to turn 6. Do I have a memory from that long ago? I was a huge He-Man fan, and I believe I saw Masters of the Universe in the theater. It came out in '87. I might have been 6 at the time. I don't know, but I have that memory. Mom, if you're listening, let me know if that is a correct memory of going to see Masters of the Universe in the movie theater. Dolph Lundgren, who played the Russian boxer in Rocky IV, was He-Man in that movie back in the day. So there you go, man.
How tall was old Dolph?
Hey, let's get the. Does it say it on his profile? He's not an athlete, so it probably doesn't. I'll have to Google it. How tall is Dolph Lundgren?
Yeah. I tell you, if football wasn't the thing, I should have done like a movie thing as far as he's 6'5". See, I'm taller than him.
Yeah.
Could have gone the movie route.
You could beat him. You could fight Rocky. Rocky's 5'10". You could beat his ass.
What a wimp.
So there you go. Yeah, you were out in L.A. You should have just stayed there, Bryce. Had a new career. You could have been on Yellowstone. You watch Yellowstone?
I don't have like the Paramount thing or whatever, but that would have been cool because they would have to put like facial hair on me, I guess, to make me look a little more.
Nah, you got a stash.
Hey, you know what? Thanks. That makes me feel good.
All right, Tom Selleck in here. Or Don Mattingly. Who are the famous mustaches out there in the world?
Oh,
I guess Selleck's number one on the hit list. All right, so Bryce, you got any plans for the? I keep thinking it's Wednesday. It's Tuesday.
It is Tuesday.
We just got off the weekend. What are your plans the rest of the week?
I'm gonna try and be on a boat in some form or fashion. If it might be the beach again, who knows? But if anything, it'll be on the water. Is my intentions.
All right, here you go. Here's our question of the day. Bryce, was who do you hate in sports? Now we're big sports fans, so I hate the Cowboys with a passion. ECU wise, it was either NC State or North Carolina. Most of the answers said Billy Weaver had West Virginia just because he went there and they threw stuff at him and battery, like all kinds of crap.
He went to West Virginia.
He went to a game there covering it for ECU, and the fans acted like trash. So he personally hates them. So you're not a huge rah-rah guy, so you probably you hate the Panthers because of what they did to you on draft day.
I don't care for the Panthers.
But how about ECU wise? Did you hate an opponent?
I didn't. Obviously, it was like State and Carolina, just because they seemed like they were, that we were the stepchild, or just the kind of that they were better than us, I guess, is the way I'm trying to get here.
I said earlier in the show, you could put up 55 and 70 on Carolina, which you literally did, and they still say, well, we took them lightly. That's why they did.
But it's like,
because we're better than y'all. So
it's funny. Why would you say that? That's so dumb.
Hey, yeah, it's admitting that you weren't prepared to do your job, but also. That's 125 points in 2 games.
Like, how lightly did you think this was, 7-on-7 or flag football or something? I don't know.
Very lame excuse.
Oh, it's terrible.
But they still go by it, and
but that just shows the mentality of your team. You're gonna take a team lightly, like you're in college football. What makes you think? Hey, these are guys are nobody. Like, we never. Obviously had a lot of confidence, but you still didn't just jog through your plays or just anything like that.
No, it's a lame excuse.
Oh yeah, so they're foolish.
Very lame. Anybody, and here's the problem too with the American or Conference USA. It's just hard to kind of develop heated rivalries. Now, we had some great games, and you got a personal deal with Marshall. Yeah. We had some big games at the end of the year with those guys. Southern Miss, you didn't play them, did you? Was that after?
I want to say I played them 1 year.
Okay, we had a good rivalry with them. Back in the day.
Miss, Southern Miss being a kind of a big one in the Conference USA. Was it Houston? Was that one that we kind of looked at as
I guess the Florida schools, but I don't know.
Yeah,
it's not
Florida. They like FIU. They came in.
Oh, I was talking about South Florida.
South Florida. Oh, yeah.
FIU. We barely even knew them.
Yeah, that was one season, wasn't it?
It was 1 or 2.
Yeah, that is true. I've never really thought about it. It's like, who would be our in-conference rivals? It's kind of just opponents.
Yeah.
Say, oh, man, big game against, so-and-so.
Temple.
Yeah, Temple.
Chandler, what do you think?
Y'all didn't talk about this, but in the Conference USA days, like Southern Miss,
we did, but you can reiterate it because that felt like a conference rival. I thought Marshall did a little bit.
It seemed like we were in Marshall. It seemed like almost every
we played
year.
At the end of the year.
We were always playing for the East Division against them.
Yeah,
and that makes it a rivalry when you got stakes and everything. But that's the one thing that kind of stinks about this conference. It's so spread out.
Yeah.
Another thing that makes a good rivalry, Bryce. You knew people probably that went to State, like Carolina.
Oh,
so you could kind of talk junk to them.
Oh, yeah.
No, you don't know anybody that goes to Southern Miss.
No,
no. It's kind of hard to.
Actually, it's funny. I do know some.
Oh, there you go. Call them up.
What's that? Don't know my Tulsa.
There you go. You don't know any Golden Hurricane folks running around?
No, they're just another opponent.
Bryce, good stuff, man.
Thank y'all for having me.
You made a mistake today, though. You showed us that you could do more than what you're currently doing here. So now we're going to expect it. That's why
he did one more today.
He did. That's why you never go above and beyond, because now we're going to expect you to do it every week.
To whom much is given, much is expected.
Hey, I'm up for it.
Well, the good thing is we're not giving him much.
No.
All right, Bryce, you're the man. Thanks for joining us, bud.
Thank y'all for having me.
Have a good week.
Yep.
All right, Chan Man, Shirley Rhodes. We'll see y'all Wednesday, 3 o'clock. We will talk to the prop queen, Ariel Epstein, Stephen Igo. And probably do some exit interviews, some wrap-ups with Scott Rogers and Patrick Mason
We
as
need
well.
to ask Ariel about her experience in the jungle, too.
We will. She was hanging out in the jungle, the press box, stands everywhere. So we'll talk about that with Ariel Epstein on Wednesday. Thanks for tuning in today. We'll see you Wednesday. So long, everybody.